and welcome to Ludi Tonight here on Splatoon Tourney. My name is Cactus, and joining me on the commentary stand is the amazing Rose of Battle. Rose, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It is a pleasure to be here. Not my first time in Ludi, but my first time on the commentating side of Ludi.
That's awesome. That's great. And I'm not a unfamiliar face here on Ludi as I'm being called washed commentary in the chat. I see you guys. I don't think I don't see you. But we have a very exciting set happening today. We have a Strawberry Soda versus Sugarfish Zone Supremacy, a Division 3 matchup.
Very, very exciting to see it. I know both these teams have been around for a bit. I've definitely seen Triggerfish's own supremacy around for quite a while. I know I run into like DRF and Vapor in solo, so on and so forth. And I still, for years now, I've not been able to get over just how they came together out of just an actual love, which I don't understand, an actual love for Triggerfish zones. I don't get it, but I respect it.
Yeah, when there's a will, there's a way. It just goes to show how strong their care for an amazing map mode combination can go. I know myself, I've run into Pepe numerous times, whether that's at lands or in my fair share of scrims and tournaments. So, there's definitely some love going towards both sides of this match here. So it looks like our first map mode of the day is gonna be Rainmaker on Museum d'Alfonsino.
Yes, and for anybody who is unfamiliar with Ludi, these are best of 9 matches. So it is the first team to 5 wins. So we're going to have a minimum of 5 games, and we're obviously hoping to see more than that. Museum d'Alfonsino is one that we've seen many times before. If you were here on Ludi Tonight last night, you certainly saw it in previous night's sets. What do you think about Museum on Rainmaker here, Cactus?
So it's very interesting, right? Pop doesn't really matter that much considering of where the maker is located on the middle spinner. You could pop it, but it doesn't mean it's going to paint the ground for you. So you'll see a lot of teams usually opt to paint for specials around their spawn or around other locations lower on the map. Sometimes you'll even see players take those flank routes as well to have an upper hand on the enemy team trying to get picks over that ledge. Usually it's a bucket player, a blaster, maybe even a wiper or a stamper of some kind, or maybe, just maybe, the new decapitator if we're lucky.
Yeah, there have been some really, really strong weapons that just came out in Sizzle Season. We're not that deep into Sizzle Season. It's only been, what, we're coming up on 2 weeks? So we might see some new weapons. If I remember correctly, some of the players on either of these teams, some play buckets, so we might see some of those in terms of the weapons that you mentioned. My hated enemy certainly is the Splatana Stamper on maps like these, where they can really poke from underneath that ledge pretty safely. And I'm up above just going like, dude, I'm stuck here. I can't go anywhere.
Absolutely. This map definitely favors AoE weapons to a strong degree, but you gotta love the weapons are able to use their special to their advantage. You're talking about Ink Zuka, you're talking about Crab Tank even. Inkjet is a great special to see on this map, especially with some of those areas of points where you can just kind of hop on those ledges with the extra boosted jump. So it's gonna be really interesting to see what these players are gonna bring to the table and try to use for their advantage.
Yeah, and Rainmaker on this map in particular, it's one of those Rainmaker maps where it's not like there are different paths you might choose to go. There is the one path. You need to make sure that you've cleared out that space ahead of where you're going, checkpoint or on the way to the goal, before you actually start getting some real points.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's always the fabled one push KO that's doable on this map if you get a good strong positioning. A lot of players will position themselves on the spinner on the enemy plat with either a special or just with the max range of their weapon. And when you get that Rainmaker pop and able to just dive it forward by those pillows, I mean, you're just in for trouble. And a lot of players will use that spinner on the enemy plat to even jump over onto the snipe flank route, which is really hard to get players out of.
It is. It can be really hard to actually take back your plat once the opponents have really set up there. So hopefully we'll see some good back and forths. I believe in these teams. They're gonna have some good counter plays, even if the opponent gets, the check on them is really starting to push up hard. They'll be able to hang back, get specials ready, move in all together as a group.
Absolutely. At this kind of level in competitive Splatoon, you're looking at a lot of strong just unique play styles and playing together, going off of each other. A lot of synergy being built, and we're about to see that take place right now. Here we go. Match number 1 of Division 3 Week 1 for Strawberry Soda versus Triggerfish Zone Supremacy. Rose, tell us about the weapons that we're seeing here.
I'm seeing 3 buckets on the side with Triggerfish Zones. I mean, I know I said that they're going to be buckets. I just didn't expect 3 on one team.
Yeah, I mean, each with a different playstyle, and of course you have Pepe focusing mainly being the painter on here with the vanilla splatter shot. So right away, Pop's gonna go down for them. They're pinning around 4 of their specials to get built up. On the enemy side of Strawberry Soda too, we're looking at a very similar combo of just Pencil that we see all the time with 52 and Shot, and the S-Blast is very unique here.
Yeah, and Strawberry Soda went down. That's looks like Triggerfish Zones is going to start pushing forward. They make that jump, yes, but gets taken out by that Zuka, not able to get to the check at this point just yet.
Not just yet. Strawberry Soda using their specials here, trying to get these players of Triggerfish Zones Supremacy out of their plat to do claim some spacing, hoping to get rid of this machine. That they will. Cooler online for Triggerfish Zone Supremacy. They're going to pop a little bit closer. Grant already trying to poke for space, having Cooler themselves. Can they get a pick on DR from the front? No, they will combo that down. Applying more pressure here. It's just trades for trades right now in the center of the map as the Rainmaker does reset.
Yeah, and honestly, it's just going back and forth at this point. Vapor going down there, Pepe going down there. That's going to be huge for Strawberry Soda. They've got that whale out. They've got stuff painted. They may be able to start make a big jump over to the pedestal now.
Absolutely, that's what they're going to try to do, but they knew a player was trucking right behind the center spinner. Unfortunately, getting caught in that corner there. It's going to stop their push from going any bit further. 3 players down for Strawberry Soda. Triggerfish is now going to look to opt to pick up this Rainmaker and try to rush things forward. Fortunately, S-Blast doing a great job using the AoE like we talked about earlier to get over that ledge to get a pick on DRF. Now we just have, I believe it's Vapor in this corner here, using the Rainmaker to their advantage. The powerful shots, trying to stay alive, will go out with a trade.
Yeah, getting a trade there was really good. There wasn't really a whole lot they could do to actually get out of that space, so just being able to go down to come back. However, Strawberry Soda is coolered now, so they are going to start moving very, very aggressively. Going to hopefully start pushing up on that ramp so they can start pushing up and getting that checkpoint.
Absolutely, with one player being front, I believe that that's going to be one of just their Tri-Slosher and Bow. Oh, well, Grant going down to a nice display of powerful bombs. It's going to be 3 players down for Strawberry Soda, and once again, Triggerfish is looking to finally claim this checkpoint. This might be their time to get it. Yes, it is. And with that being said, they have all 4 players looking at the front of the map, trying to pop this Rainmaker. Will be popped to try to get these players away on the team of Strawberry Soda. Triggerfish just rushing forward, diving forward, having Cooler to just use that to their advantage going forward, but Strawberry Soda's doing everything they can so this Rainmaker does not go forward.
Yeah, they were able to buy... Oh, no, DRF picked it up right there, able to get a couple more points. I was going to say, it looked like they were able to stall that out and let it reset, but that was a huge play.
Oh, and it keeps on going. The splashdown helps them push it a little bit further with help from Pepe with that Trizuka. Unfortunately, going down here, it's a 2v3 situation. Strawberry Soda has to pop some specials to get the remaining players of Triggerfish away from their plat. Thankfully, I believe they're in the clear as Cooler is popped. Now they have to try to get some space up, but oh man, Vapor's doing a great job with that Explo. Just finding out these players, applying a lot of chip damage here, making it really hard for them to try to push this Rainmaker even close past that 90-point mark.
Yeah, these 3 buckets all have very different range and specialize in different things. They can actually work together really well if your team knows what they're doing together, and Triggerfish Zones really does.
Yeah, I mean, you just love to see the unique playstyles all coming together on their comp. Something that Strawberry Soda has, it's just very meta, paint-heavy comp looking to go forward. But when they keep getting picked off by all the chip damage these buckets are applying, makes it really hard to go forward. It looks like they get flanked from behind. Vapor will go down. DRF is looking in the front here. Kind of sharking by that spinner, maybe hoping to get a little sneaky pick. They will get 1, but going down to trade. That's 3. That's a full wipeout for Strawberry Soda, and Pepe here is painting forward as Rainmaker will be picked up and get lost right at the 28 marker once again.
This is a really dangerous spot to be in if you're Strawberry Soda. They're only at 91. We have about 30 seconds left to go. Pepe Zuka is finished, but still up, and they're just really holding space. Strawberry Soda able to start moving into mid, but they just don't have any paint control in mid right now because they keep going down so much.
Yeah, things are looking really dangerous here for Strawberry Soda. I mean, I don't think Triggerfish has left the plat of Strawberry Soda within the past at least 30, 40 seconds. They've had just such a strong hold right now, and they're going to try to continue that. Azuka will try to pop out and get rid of this Rainmaker. They just have to hold it for 10 more seconds, and they will secure this win. It's just the Rainmaker. It's just Vapor in the corner. Barely Staying Alive will go down. Overtime will start for Strawberry Soda.
This is their last chance. They've got to pick it up, and they have to get all the way to 27 without dying.
It's going to be such a hard feat to have, but now remember, they do have a checkpoint opportunity here. If they claim that they have a little bit more time to rush Rainmaker forward, because Rainmaker does have roughly a 60-second timer on it that is counting down, and we are halfway there. But DRF, sharking by the ramp, gets the Rainmaker, securing Triggerfish zone supremacy, game number 1.
Really great patience. I respect Sharkers so much. I'm a brain dead Tetra player, and I don't like to stop moving.
I hear you. As a frontline shot player myself, I gotta be able to move everywhere and know where I'm going, and not have any like of the enemies paint around me. I gotta keep going no matter what. So I give props to DRF there, securing that shark, especially with a bucket. I mean, it's 2 sloshes and you're out, you know? So using that to their advantage, making sure they nail those shots was really key, and they did just that.
Yeah, that was a really, really strong game for Triggerfish Zone Supremacy, but we're on to Robo Ramen Zones next, and who knows, maybe this is Strawberry Soda's favorite.
You know, if it is, this could be their turnaround. But something about Triggerfish Zone Supremacy's comp, about the triple buckets, just screams in favor to me for them, because this is such a bucket-favored map with ledges. I mean, it takes one good flank around or one good ledge hold, and you're looking at some trouble. But like you mentioned, maybe Strawberry Soda has a really good win record when it comes to this map mode combination. So maybe this could be the advantage they're waiting for. I know being able to have maybe your pencil up on those see-through grate areas, or the block areas by the corners, can really help to try to apply some damage. Maybe they could switch to the other 52 with Screen to apply that fence wall, aiming forward and try to sneak in with the curling bomb. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. If they are continuing to use something that's much more paint heavy, maybe zones will work out better for them if they're able to stay alive a little bit more often. Triggerfish Zones Supremacy did a really, really good job of just maintaining pressure constantly. They did get a lot of picks, but even when they weren't, just especially having that Explo apply pressure from far away, just with like a, just chip here, chip there, really, really good at just forcing Strawberry Soda to have to be like, okay, we can't actually move in yet, because if we do, we will die. So
Yeah,
it's going to be
absolutely.
tough on Ramen Zones as well.
Yeah, and we'll have to see. Let's see if anything changes about either of their comps. Looks like we're going to keep a similar comp on the side of Strawberry Soda, Triggerfish Zone Supremacy, opting for more of a shooter-heavy comp. We have the Vanilla Junior for Bubble. The Junior stands are winning, and we have T-Tech for Strikes.
We do. I can see the reason for switching to at least some of these on zones. But Expo's great on zones.
Oh yeah, especially with the range that you have on that weapon, and on this map, you could just shoot so far away. That's exactly what they're trying to accomplish here. 3 players down, a full wipeout delayed on the side of Strawberry Soda. Triggerfish Zone Supremacy is wasting no time being up in Strawberry Soda's spawn area.
Yeah, they were able to pick off the S-Blast yet again on Strawberry Soda side. We already have 2 specials online for Triggerfish Zone. Sorry, other way around. And they're just locked in right now. They're gonna have to really take control of some space before they're able to move in. I don't know if we're gonna see somebody trying to flank around, but we've got the players here just ready.
Yeah, I mean, Strawberry Soda, if they're going to make a play, it's going to be now that they got one of those players down. But unfortunately, the chip damage keeps on coming. Pepe with the Zuka, getting one down on that side there. One more player having to jump out. 10 more ticks to go. It's going to be in favor of Triggerfish Zone Supremacy. 3 more ticks, and that's going to be the game with a splashdown to celebrate game number 2. Going to Triggerfish Zone Supremacy.
That was fast.
Talk about knowing your map modes. I mean, that was such a beautiful display of working fast and working together. I mean, did you see how fast they moved up off of just any pick that they got? That was incredible.
They knew. They were like, okay, got one, move up, got one, move up again.
Yeah, I mean, it just felt like Strawberry Soda had no footing there. Anytime they tried to maybe drop down and have a pick, I know on the 52, they had the wall they tried to place out to try to draw some players away. They had two players die from both sides of the wall, so they were trapped. I mean, that was just incredible.
Yeah, really, really good work on Triggerfish zones. I was not expecting so many of them to switch off of buckets and only have Vapor on the custom Explo, but uh, they moved fast and they took no prisoners.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's a case I've been hearing a lot lately in the comp scene is that really you're just picking now at this point weapons that fit the map better rather than what you might just be best at. And with Triggerfish Zone Supremacy, it seems we're seeing a mix of the both. We have two players that I think it was that Pepe and Vapor that just stuck to their same weapons. We had two players swap up their weapons for that Junior and T-Tech. And I mean, talk about paint heavy. They did just that. That was beautiful.
Yeah, and really just like their movement. Like we were watching, I think it was Pepe, just like weave around people and just be like moving so quickly. I even on my end, I was like, I am having a hard time tracking where Pepe is going.
Yeah, Pepe was in so many different spots at once, and that's exactly what you want from your front line. Someone that's going to be able to just kind of bob and weave every which way that you can go, just causing mayhem at every angle. We even saw Pepe go upwards as close as the ledges, able to get a couple nice picks on the side, whether that was distracting with some bomb throws with the suction bomb, or just hoping for some great fall-off damage, which is exactly what they got. And with some help from their teammates getting that chip damage, it was just done so beautifully.
Yeah, but we're moving on to clams now. So we have a game 3. We need 3 more wins for Triggerfish Zone Supremacy to just clinch this out. Strawberry Soda is going to have to start getting some wins in. Inkblood Art Academy, I would say, is another pretty great map for things under ledges. Like, I don't know if we're going to see the Tri-Slosher come back out on Triggerfish Zones' side. What do we think Strawberry Soda is going to do in response? Now they've had 2 games come in, so maybe they're starting to understand Triggerfish Zone Supremacy a little bit more. Whoa, what do they have to change up here?
Something I think they need to change up something about their comp. Maybe something that's a little more poke heavy from a distance, because it feels like their comp that they're looking right now with the S Blast is kind of their maximum range to open to poke a little bit of chip damage with. And what we've seen from Triggerfish Zone Supremacy is that Explo can apply chip damage from such a far distance. It practically is a blaster close up with that kind of AoE you're seeing. I mean, that was beautiful chip damage combined all together. And with your front lines just piling on in, I mean, it makes it really hard. So I feel like Strawberry Soda just needs to switch maybe 1 or 2 things about their comp. I think their playstyle is doing pretty fine, but it's just gonna take maybe 1 or 2 tweaks, and they might be able to switch things around. Oh, and as we say it, that might be it. They are switching over to the Neo machine, giving them double Zuka, but that's a little bit more damage to be applied, and having that sub of the point sensor might help them out track some of the enemy players on Triggerfish's Zone Supremacy.
Yeah, and that might also make it a lot easier for them to hit their Zuka shots. Grant already going down, so we do already have one of the we do have the V shot down, but 2 are down on the side of Triggerfish Zone Supremacy. We do have that Ink Brush out. Not too surprising to see that over in Clam Blitz. You can see some really, really funky moves from the Ink Brush, diving and weaving and bobbing around, going really, really fast.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like that they switched to the Junior for the paint. It's going to have bubble as well, so that's going to help for any pushes they're trying to go on forward. The Brush is trying to find any good opportunities, probably playing a little bit more aggressive, trying to find any good picks, trying to go in with their teammates to see if they can find anything, but acknowledging their shorter range as well. Down will go the machine. Players a little bit more on the defensive side here for a Strawberry Soda, but they will get the Brush down, making sure they keep control of their plant. And right now, first minute in the game, and it seems pretty even. It feels like that Strawberry Soda is finding a little bit more of a stable stance, trying to find a pick on these players. They will find one player advantage right now, but special advantage in favor of Triggerfish Zone Supremacy as they have 2 online ready to go, just trying to find a good opportunity to use them.
Yeah, we were talking about poking. We're seeing that S-Blast really do more and more poking. It gets another pick on DRF, just really doing a good job of holding that down. Ink Brush does shut them down, but goes down themselves in return. We're just seeing a lot of trades go back and forth, but Strawberry Soda does have 12 clams right now. So if they're able to get player advantage and start moving in, they could start getting points.
Yeah, it's gonna be something they're gonna have to look for as well. It makes it kind of hard since they're getting a lot of players kind of poking at them. Here's Swark trying to see if they get a pick on here. The bubble will be popped in a little bit of a defensive stance to hold this stack together. With that being said, it's kind of forcing those players away a little bit on Strawberry Soda. One will go down to a bomb. It's gonna be a 2 players down, but one will come back fast with that cooler. But they go down again. Triggerfish Zone Supremacy has a lot of clam economy right now, and they're trying to set up for a really good push.
Yeah, you can tell they're not going for the quick score of just getting in one power clam and trying to get in maybe a couple more clams. They're biding their time to try to hold space, and once they can make a really big push, that is when they're going to actually start scoring points.
Yeah, absolutely. On a map like Inkfly, it's one of those that you want maps that you want to get a very strong push going forward, not just a light push and have to go back and forth. So both these teams are looking to have strong clam economy, get this points on the board, narrowing down to the 50s and 40s, rather than just hoping for a one power clam push here and there and making that the only thing that goes down. With that being said, 2 specials coming on out to this left corner here, trying to find some players that were marked earlier. None are going to be found. Still, no one has scored yet, and we are 3 minutes into the match. Down goes Kraken there to the S-Blast here. Another player by the tree. It's going to be the Machine. They're just going to try to poke them out. I wonder if they're going to jump out. No, they're just going to stay in this corner and try to fight it. Will go down again. Player advantage for Strawberry Soda, and they're trying to take this flat of Triggerfish Zone Supremacy.
Yeah, we do have that brush was coolered, and Triggerfish Zone Supremacy did manage to score a power clam. That is probably going to be the end of their push. Probably may have just been a way to stall for some time, because that's 11 clams now on the side of the Strawberry Soda. So that was just a way to stall.
You know, for how stall-matey this game kind of is, I don't blame Triggerfish Zone Supremacy for finding a way to even score one power clam in. Considering how it's just been such a stalemate, it might be the best play. But a nice Zuka takes out one, not finding another. And right now they're just trying to see if they can at least take back control of mid from Triggerfish Zone Supremacy. But going one player down, they're going to have to try to hold strong, find any player trying to flanking around or sharking through so they can have a little bit more control as Fluffy pops, and we have 1 minute left on the clock.
Yeah, 1 minute. They've really got to start getting points in. Strawberry Soda has plenty of clams. They need to find their opportunity to go in and actually get them into the basket. See, Free Bowing right now is just sharking, trying to go after the clam carrier, not able to get anything, not pushing it too far on their own, which is huge. But that's 19 clams on Strawberry Soda's side. They need to start getting those in the basket. We have 30 seconds to go.
So many clams to their name, but 2 players go down in favor of Triggerfish Zone Supremacy, and unfortunately they're just going to have to back up and let them score. Azuka will take out 2 players trying to find the brush. They know that they're still here. They will find them down. This is not what Triggerfish Zone Supremacy needs, and that's going to be pretty much a delayed full wipeout. So instead of taking space, they're trying to find any sharking players. One will go down the left side. We see the Machine from behind will go down, and we're about to go into a 20-second overtime.
Oh, come on. Strawberry Soda, they've got the clams. They could take this back in overtime. Like, they have 3 power clams available to them. If they get all of them in, like, easy. Even just to get 2 of them in, that would be enough.
They're going to have to find a way to go in now. Their overtime's about to end off and finish, but the power clam users aren't close enough. Will they get there in time before it closes? No. Triggerfish Zone Supremacy has a strong defense not allowing them in, and that's going to secure them a 3-0 victory so far into this set.
Yeah, man, we saw Strawberry Soda was really trying to make opportunities, but just was not able to actually move forward and get the points on the board. They had some resources, but you got to give it to Triggerfish Zones' defense. Like, when they realized, you know what, we just need to take the opportunity and score really quickly, and we're just gonna have to, like, you know, not all die in on this push to score in that one clam. Let's just score it and then hold back, and then we'll try again when we get the chance. Let's just make sure that we are holding Strawberry Soda off when they're starting to look pretty dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, that flank originally from the junior to score once and the brush to go in a second time when they had player advantage was a really good play, and I give them props for that. They did a really good job, just kind of stalling it out and forcing Strawberry Soda back into their spawn. But you can't help but feel that Strawberry Soda had a really good opportunity there when they got pretty much close to a full wipeout on Trikovic's zone supremacy to push in, but it seems they were just a little too hesitant trying to find that machine player, knowing that they kind of were waiting around, kind of sharking around. So it's hard to find a good opportunity. But that's 3 games in, and they have a pretty good idea on the kind of weapons and the kind of style that Triggerfish Zone Supremacy is going to be playing. So will they be able to start turning things around on tower control? One of the last modes that we'll have, and again, pushing Triggerfish Zone Supremacy even closer to a stronger win lead in the set.
Yeah, this is the last mode of these 4 that we're seeing. Game 5 is going to be Rainmaker, which is what we started on. So I really, really hope that Strawberry Soda has strong plans for their Mako Tower game. Their S-Blast, I imagine, is, they've played S-Blast this whole time. I assume they're going to stay on S-Blast. I could see this map mode working out pretty well for them, helping them with pokes. Obviously, blasters on tower control is always just, they go, oh, yep, no brainer. Let's go. Blaster on tower control. Just it's a mode that works super, super well for them. So hopefully we'll see the S-Blast pop off. But this is also a really, really good map for buckets. So I definitely wouldn't count Triggerfish Zone Supremacy out because they've got a few bucket players, and especially a try, and they could just hold those stacks and those ledges really, really securely.
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say this might be the S-Blast time to shine. I know we were seeing them do really well that Clam Blitz game, getting it's nice solid picks on that block stack area that they were holding for so long. But tower control is a blaster's best friend. But like you said, so is a bucket. So it's gonna be really interesting to see here the comps that are gonna be coming out from both these sides. Have a strong feeling that we might not see too much of a change coming out from Strawberry Soda, but Triggerfish Zone Supremacy might go back to that first comp we saw that Rainmaker game. I mean, triple bucket, that was pretty threatening.
And I loved it. I want to see it come back. I love the triple bucket. I know Triggerfish Zone Supremacy has not been shy about saying that they play what they have fun playing, whether or not this be particularly meta or not. And if it works for you, like, do it.
Yeah, absolutely. If it brings the wins home, I see no reason not to run it because it's done so well. It did so well for their Rainmaker game, and a map like this that might be the kind of controller hoping to have over any ledge possible. Mako Mart Tower Control, here we go. Let's look at the comps that they're bringing on out. We are going to see a drastic changeup coming from Strawberry Soda and a pretty nifty changeup from Triggerfish Zone Supremacy. Is that an undercover umbrella?
That's an undercover umbrella with 3 mains of sub power up. What are we cooking here with those ink mines?
I mean, if the belief is hard enough, maybe it could work out for them. But unfortunately, right now, it seems the favor is going for Triggerfish Zone Supremacy. For Strawberry Soda against Triggerfish Zone Supremacy. Finding out all these players. First checkpoint goes down without trouble. Just right after, though, they're trying to get stopped by these ink strikes coming on in by the T-Tech. Players going down. Zuka will come out as a retaliation on Strawberry Soda. Finding another pick on the side here. Beautiful display of that special. Poking around with this squeezer by Strawberry Soda. Now they're in a defensive stance against Triggerfish Zone Supremacy as they try to go towards the first checkpoint.
Yeah, those strikes on defense were really, really good. They were really well placed. And then the counter Zuka to start, just try to hold space and get some picks in. Did land a pick. Both really, really good. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from both teams on this one. There's a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, and that's something that we saw in the previous game. Strawberry Soda, I think, is slowly trying to find their footing, and so far it's been working out for them. Fortunately, that Zuka did not. Finding one pick there by Pepe, doing a great job at finding out where these players are, doing a great pick here, trying to hold this ledge, and that's something that's going to be really strong here for this first checkpoint. Using those strikes to hold any players back is really smart here. 2 players going on the flank side. That's going to be a lead swap for them. Just look at how aggressive Triggerfish Zone Supremacy is being here, and no matter what, how many players they have alive, pushing that tower already to 57. The T-Tech trying to flank on the side. Can they get the upper hand on this ledge? No, they're just going to be kind of stuck there, forced to jump out, and now Strawberry Soda can take control back again of the map.
Yeah, and now we see Triggerfish Zone starting to come in. Pepe does go down. There was quite a bit of time here in the last 30 seconds where Strawberry Soda definitely had Squid and Octo advantage here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're doing a great job at just making sure they take the space where it is. There's a replayer trying to get a player down. They will get down, and the cooler user being the heavy edit. Unfortunately, down those tracking right to the S-Blast. Ledge here, they gotta be careful with the full. Oh my gosh, you love the burst bomb play. A full wipeout! Oh, Strawberry Soda, this is exactly what they wanted. Have full control now, complete wipeout. They can feel free to position wherever they like, and along this left ledge here is exactly what they want. Trying to ride this tower through the points here, although those Inks are going to come out, potentially get one. No, they'll barely stay alive here. Down goes one to the S-Blast, trying to find another, using the AoE to their advantage. Oh. Can they get three? They're going to get three. S-Blast is truly cooking.
This S-Blaster is living right now, like actually living, just not dying at all. Doing a really, really good job. Gets another! They're still alive! Triggerfish Zones cannot push this S-Blast out.
They're doing such a great job using the AoE to their advantage. That's going to be a wipeout for Strawberry Soda now. On the offensive side, the Booyah Bomb unfortunately gets canceled out due to the amount of damage they've taken. Triggerfish Zone Supremacy just barely escaping that second checkpoint, getting cleared by Strawberry Soda, which is exactly what they didn't need. So now they're going to try to apply more pressure forward. But Team Strawberry Soda is trying to get this upper hand here, using what they can to their advantage. But Triggerfish Zone Supremacy showing it's not over yet. 2 players down, looking for a third on this S-Blast. That's going to be supposed to complete wipe. No, they're still alive. How is S-Blast alive?
Oh, that S-Blast is a liver. It's such a strong liver. That was a really, really fun blaster battle to watch.
I gotta give them props. I mean, it's just, you think they're one's gonna go down, just when they don't, they're still alive. I mean, it's an incredible job here. Just the movability, just being able to, the livability that this S-Blast is performing right now, using the ability this S-Blast has, unlike other blasters. Unfortunately, there's no living bombs for invincibility for that, but being able to use just the jump effect for shorter range. I mean, right now, Strawberry Soda might be in a little bit of a corner, but they're definitely having still an easy time holding their lead.
Yeah, they've looked really, really strong in this game. Seems like they've been doing really, really well. They're starting to go down here. We are seeing some trades happen. Good trade there. But we've got less than 30 seconds to go, and now Triggerfish Zone Supremacy is the one having to try to get the lead back.
Yeah, with only 20 seconds left on to go, they're going to try to maybe build up some specials and set up for a strong push forward. Unfortunately, S-Blast goes down for Strawberry Soda, players backing up. Triggerfish Zone's being a little bit more aggressive here, trying to find some picks with the Zuka. Can they find one? But 2 players will go down. Zuka fight down here. Who's going to win? It's going to be the shot on Strawberry Soda. That's going to be pretty much a full wipeout once again, as Strawberry Soda takes their first game of the set.
We love to see it. That is what I want to see from Strawberry Soda. Their S-Blast, they said this is my time. This is my time to shine. And I think they all really started to find their footing here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what they've been waiting for, right? They've been waiting for the opportunity to have a really good map mode combination. You know, maybe it was the jitters of their first set that took control of them those first 2 games. We've been seeing the progression of Strawberry Soda these past 2 games. I mean, that Clams game was practically, you know, neck and neck. And now we have Mako Mart on tower control that was very similar. But Strawberry Soda was able to put a lot more aggression down on the table, and they were able to secure their first win of the set. I mean, that was beautiful.
Yes, I loved that. Absolutely adored it. We are moving on to our next Rainmaker game. Now, this didn't go so hot for Strawberry Soda in a game 1, but we're on a game 5 now, and they're looking like they've really woken up and they're playing strong. Manta Maria is definitely a very midline favored map. I know it's something that my own team struggles on, as a lot of us have been more frontline. We've been trying to find some more ranged options for us to play. We could see maybe this I'm starting to think this S-Blast player is just like, I'm an S-Blast player. I
Yeah.
play S-Blast. And this could work pretty well from them, depending on where they are. I know the blast radius on like the longer range mode on the S-Blast is a lot smaller and maybe not as great for poking necessarily all the time from a distance, but definitely that short range large blast radius is going to be really, really great for attacking Triggerfish Zone Supremacy's bunker area on Manta, which is a really, really key spot to have in anything on Manta, and could be poking up on the mast and the grates. So I'm gonna keep my eye on that S-Blast.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to do such a great job with that weapon. I mean, if they're one trick of S-Blast, they're showing exactly how that weapon works. I mean, we saw them go on a 6-splat streak that game alone, so they are definitely locked in and ready to go. And again, this map also benefits, besides blasters, like we mentioned, is, I mean, all these maps, blasters and buckets alike, do a really great job of taking advantage of their surroundings. So this is another map that we could totally see buckets kind of take control, especially if they bring back out the X-Blow. I mean, that's going to apply so much damage, a lot of great object shred on the Rainmaker. I mean, we're about to see what they're going to be bringing on out now. Here we go, game number 5.
We see the X-Blow. We also have that heavy edit. We've got a machine, but no X-Blow this time. We still have Krakenmare on that Brella, on the undercover Brella. Pepe's still on the V-Shot, and we have that 52 out again. So we actually really don't have a lot of range on the side of Triggerfish Zone Supremacy.
Yeah, they're opting for more of a kind of fast-paced comp. I know the 52 is really new that we're seeing on them as well. Well, it's a Slosher on Strawberry Soda. A lot of new weapon picks that we're seeing now. Nice bomb splat goes down on one for Triggerfish Zone Supremacy. Strawberry Soda's trying to make of that situation. They're going to try to clear this first checkpoint, making sure they keep all players away. That's going to be checkpoint cleared for them, and they are going to pop Cooler right in front of it. They most likely are going to get this pop here. Unfortunately, the Slosher got stuck in that corner, unfortunately, running out of ink, having to pop special. That's going to be close to a wipeout. Just the shot staying alive. Rainmaker will get picked up here, and it's looking to be rushed over for Triggerfish Zone Supremacy to get this first checkpoint as well. But no, there it was. The shot that was sharking around gets one, gets two, and is now looking to see if they can stay alive and get rid of these remaining players. A full wipeout on Triggerfish Zone Supremacy. Strawberry Soda's not going to make a light of the situation. They're going to go fast.
Yeah, and they already had that checkpoint cleared. And because they have all this space now from that wipeout, they can just quickly drop it, assuming they keep that street painted. They get all the way down to 32, which is pretty good here. They're doing really, really good work in this first minute and a half. It is now essentially a wipeout, and Triggerfish Zone Supremacy can start taking control of mid once again.
Yeah, I mean, that's a massive push all the way down to 32, but you know, as the tail goes from Anna Maria, I mean, honestly, it's just like Humpback, I feel no push is safe. All it takes is one really good push forward, and you're going to be able to get this down even closer to the pedestal if you get a decent amount of push. Here we go, we see the bucket here trying to make a light of the situation, trying to live through this, but no, they will go down. Again, Triggerfish Zone Supremacy still trying to clear their first checkpoint, but the S-Blast sees them coming on the flank, gets one pick. Boom's going to come on out and try to push his Rainmaker back a little bit further as these players of Strawberry Soda just kind of keep on dropping here. Rainmaker does go down, though, as Pepe is forward, trying to get a couple picks. Triggerfish Zone Supremacy is going to pop this Rainmaker again, try to go forward, and maybe hopefully finally get this checkpoint.
Yeah, they're still trying, but Pepe's been doing a really good job of just, you know, saying like, oh, I own your street now. These are my streets now. This is where I live. And already, Pepe finally goes down, but still, we could see lead change hands here as long as Triggerfish Zone Supremacy is able to keep going in.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're really close to it. They have jumps in. Rainmaker's in a weird situation how it's on that equal block, but it's going to be picked up by Strawberry Soda. They will lose it, though, as the members of Triggerfish Zone Supremacy aren't cleared out of the street. That positioning of that Rainmaker kind of in their favor here. It's not on that block. Zuka will not find anyone. One coming up the wall will rush the Rainmaker going down. Another goes down to a bomb. Pepe gets two. Goes down to the S-Blast. Will that pop by another? All they have to do is dive for it and get the lead, and that they will. Down to 22 for Triggerfish Zone Supremacy.
Oh, and there's that Reef Slider pop. There was, I don't know how super necessary that was, but I enjoyed seeing it. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, talk about a stall. That was a great last-minute effort. Players here on Trickery Zone Supremacy are trying to shark their way through to get this Rainmaker, but it's better that they try to reset here, try to stay alive. But look how kind of sporadic that Strawberry Soda has to play. They don't know where these players of Trickery Zone Supremacy might be sharking or hiding around. Rainmaker's getting put in a really tricky spot. Slosher gets one. That's going to be another player down, trying to stay alive. Rainmaker goes down as well. Strike's coming on out for some spacing and for Rainmaker pop, but Kraken Mare's got their Reef Slide already. They're just waiting for someone to pick up that Rainmaker. Oh, but they get canceled out.
I felt that. I felt that. Every person who plays a weapon with Reef Slider felt that in their soul of just you are stuck on that shark dolphin thing and you don't have your invincibility frames going yet.
Yeah, I know they were hoping that one of those late patches that destroyed that were not going to come out because that hurts to see. Again, it's cool for Trigger Zone Supremacy. They have a lot of good pressure here, but a wipeout does take them all out. Rainmaker will get popped with only 30 seconds remaining for Strawberry Soda. They're going to have to try to apply a lot of forward pressure here, get a lot of these picks on the ledges. Weebum will lift this player up, try to locate some players around. They do see Pepe on that left side and probably going to opt to go for them first, but really any pick here is going to be advantageous, and they're just going to have to find a couple, but the Zuka by Pepe takes one out.
Oh, that S-Blast was trying so hard to poke at those ledges and get those really necessary picks, but Pepe able to hold that, and here comes the Reef Slider! Gets that pick. We're down to just a couple seconds, and that is game. Triggerfish Zone Supremacy does take yet another.
Triggerfish Zone Supremacy looking at a 4-1 lead right now, putting them at match point for taking the first Division 3 Week 1 set. Strawberry Soda was able to take one game, and they're going to have to start pulling all the stops if they want a chance at bringing this whole thing back. 4 games left to do it. Every game is going to count.
Yeah, that's a tough position to be in if you're Strawberry Soda and you're looking at the results now and seeing that 4 game wins on Triggerfish Zone Supremacy side and going, okay, we've got to try not to freak out here and just to try to take each game. Whereas Triggerfish Zone Supremacy can have a little bit of that pressure off of their shoulders, and they're probably also riding off of a lot of momentum. Like, hey, we're up 4 games. We're at match point. Like, we don't have to super stress about it, but we're locked in and we can just keep going here. We can just take that 5th right now.
Yeah, I mean, Triggerfish Zone Supremacy is really all the cards are in their favor, right? I mean, they are looking at the one more game, and that's going to be on Splat Zones, and it's over for them. They will be crowned the winners of their set, and what better map to have it on too than Hagglefish Market? I know if Vapor is in this game, Explo fans stocks are rising. They are going to be winning because it's such a great Explo map. I mean, I would love to see that pop though, especially with the tent hole that they can have. Strawberry Soda might be in a little bit of danger here if they're going to have to go against that for this map mode combination.
Yeah, and we saw Triggerfish Zone Supremacy's Ramen Zones game was very one-sided.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you saw the amount of pressure that they were able to apply, just kind of folding forward, having a lot of paint output. We saw that comp. It was pretty much Explo and Triple Shooter. And with the Junior having so much paint, along with the T-Tech, pretty much just enabling Pepe on the aggressive shot to go in and get those picks. I mean, it was a great display that they had put on for that first Zones match. So will we see the same thing again, or will these wing flank routes on this map open up the map a lot more to Strawberry Soda for capability of just trying to take home the second win that they desperately need to turn this around?
Yeah, that's true. It could be that maybe Ramen just isn't their mode. Hagglefish has been here for a very, very long time. A lot of people are very comfortable on it. Really, really important on Haggle is to try to take, once you have zone, to keep some people at least in front of the zone and not just be sitting ducks on zone. You've got all this space on the sides as well, and just do everything you can on defense to have the other team burn through all of their specials and the resources trying to even get to the zone. So if Strawberry Soda can keep a really, really nice hold on the zone and try to keep it for as long as possible, then maybe they have a shot of getting a game win here.
Yeah, they're gonna need to pull out all the stops, like I mentioned before. This is gonna be, their last chance, obviously, but maybe the map can be to their advantage. Like you mentioned, this map has been around a lot longer than Robo Ramen itself, and with a lot of more players familiar with it, maybe we could see some interesting comps come out. I mean, that last game, we still saw players changing around their comps. Here we go. Zones, Hagglefish, Triggerfish, Zone Supremacy. Last game they need to bring it home. And Strawberry Soda's last opportunity to turn this around. We are going to see a double bucket comp coming out for Strawberry Zone Supremacy. The Squeezer will return on Strawberry Soda, and a pencil will come out as well, rather than a heavy edit to poke again from the tent as well. Pretty good comp pick by both teams. I love what I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's Strawberry Soda's got a lot of paint. They've got, a really solid painter in that shot who can also be super aggressive. Squeezer's not as good at painting, but also has that Zuka option. Double Zuka is great with that cooler on the pencil, able to put pressure from far away. And double bucket also really, really good. So like I've got no complaints with either side's comps.
Yeah, I mean, right now, getting that player advantage right there for a brief moment of time on Strawberry Soda, but unfortunately, the Junior doing a great job at just holding things down with that bubble, holds the zone just a little bit longer. Strawberry Soda, though, able to turn it around. Azuka's going to try to take some players out. Down will go the Machine. I believe they were on that side there. Yep, they will go down. Burgerfish Zone Supremacy takes the cap once more. Jumps are going to be coming on in. Strawberry Soda looking for any opportunity they can to get a couple picks. Unfortunately, the S-Blast goes down along with the Squeezer. Shot trades off as well. Zone still in control for Turkish Zone Supremacy. Strawberry Soda is looking at pretty much now a delayed wipeout.
They're gonna have to really, really take back space now and hopefully go in together, not drop on their own. They are starting to get everybody back up. They're gonna have to start using their specials early, unfortunately, to start making way onto the zone. That Booyah, unfortunately, just cannot paint enough to cap the zone on its own. Really does need more support than it on its own. But we have the cooler coming out. We've got this S-Blast starting to poke. Are we gonna see a flank from behind? It looks like maybe they're all alone though. And there, they jump out just in time with the help of that cooler. Really, really fun to watch.
What a great jump out, and they have all players on their platform with only 10 more ticks to go for Turkish Zone Supremacy. They have to go in now. Strawberry Soda can't wait. They're going to paint the zone with the special. The S-Blast trying to go for a pick, but that's going to be the game. Turkish Zone Supremacy secures their win 5-1.
5-1. That S-Blast just, it's an S-Blast. It cannot paint, and Triggerfish Zone Supremacy saw them coming in and said, you know what, we're just going to back up behind zone, and we'll try to paint over you. You're just an S-Blast. We can take you on in terms of paint and, like, just try not to take you out. And as long as we don't die on the zone to give you paint, we'll be all good. And it worked out perfectly for them. Triggerfish Zone Supremacy. I mean, it is Triggerfish Zones Supremacy, and they have shown that they're really good at zones.
Yeah, and I mean, that was a great example of that as well. I mean, taking such clear advantage at any moment they had to take so much space. That delayed wipeout was really just not in the favor of Strawberry Soda. I mean, great efforts though all around. I mean, we had some great games from both of these teams. Strawberry Soda just locking in on all the stops, right? I mean, you saw it from every match we saw. That was just an amazing set all around. So, hey, round of applause for both these teams. That was beautiful.
They're both awesome. Really, really fun set for us to watch. Because, like, it's 5-1. I know we always look at these scores and like, oh, 5-1 seems really one-sided. And from a score perspective, it is. But when you actually watch the games and see the back and forth, like there were a few games here where Strawberry Soda didn't get the win, but it looked like they were about to get the win, or they were really close. They had opportunities. So like they should feel proud. I think they played quite well. Probably there are many more weeks left in Ludi. There's plenty of opportunities to try out different things and to just rework and come back better next week.
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm Strawberry Soda, I mean, you have 4 or 5 more weeks left of Ludi. This is only your week 1 match, and potentially maybe your strongest. So you have plenty of more matches to go by through. Take these matches with a little bit of a grain of salt, review them with either yourselves or a coach. And I know it's something that like my team plans to do after our set as well. To see what you can learn from it. These are some interesting comps that Triggerfish Zone Supremacy was able to run. And although maybe you did lose the set 5-1, like you said, Rose, I mean, this was a match that, the score doesn't tell the full story. Once you actually watch how these games went, you will see that they had a strong hold on Triggerfish Zone Supremacy a good amount of the time, at least in those last remaining couple of games. So it really goes to show that this team knows what they're doing and they have the opportunity once they're fully locked in. And we saw some of those players really have their pop-off moments. I mean, it was incredible to see. So it really comes down to just finding those tweaks they needed to make for themselves. And then, for all you know, they'll be next up, just destroying the rest of their sets and hopefully making themselves to division playoffs.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to following both of these teams. But this is not it for the Ludi games being broadcast tonight. This was only the first of a triple header. There's still plenty more to come.
Absolutely. We have two more amazing division sets coming right up. But for this one, that's going to be it for Division 3 for tonight's Ludi Tonight with Rose and I. So, Rose, thank you for creating such an amazing commentary partner. Where can the great people find you?
Thank you, Cactus. I'm Rose of Battle. I stream on Twitch several times a week. I also upload videos to YouTube. I am on Twitter. Please come to Blue Sky with me instead. I'm also there. And I guess the other thing I want to shout out is that at the end of this month, the final week of June, I am doing a charity campaign on Twitch for the Fred Hutch Cancer Center, and I'm really looking forward to being a part of that.
That's amazing. I love to hear that. Any chance to raise money for charity is a W in this community. And as for myself, you could find me pretty much on all socials, Twitter, YouTube, Blue Sky, at Glitch Cactus. You can also find me on Twitch streaming whenever I get the chance to, whether it's a tournament set or some solo queue grind at Glitch Cactus 1, or over on Dabble Productions with my podcast, The Cactus Patch, where we will try to interview whoever we can about any topic that's raging in the community. You know, today we had an amazing episode with Emil, who is the head teal of Ludi.
Listen to that. I was doing a little work and lurk today, and I had that on in the background. If y'all haven't checked out that podcast, you really should.
Thank you so much, Rose. I really appreciate it. That's going to do it from Rose and I here on the Ludi Tonight stream. But don't go anywhere. Another Ludi division set coming your way in just a few minutes.
Yeah, thank you all so much for being with us.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Ludi Tonight. Today we've got another match coming at you. I believe this is Div 7 between Freedom and Kit Kat. I have not much experience with either of these teams, but I have played against Kit Kat a couple times in Open. But first topic, how you doing tonight?
You know, I'm doing good. Looking forward to some good looting matches. But me personally, I'm more of a Snickers fan than Kit Kat. So, you know, let's see if they can convince me to join their team.
Real join team Kit Kat over here. I don't know. As far as Kit Kats and chocolate bars go, I think it's either Kit Kat or Reese's for me. But we're coming up game number 1 coming up on Museum Rainmaker. What are your opinions on this map topic?
Well, you know, if anyone has known me before, I've always say I'm a bucket player first. You know, sloshers, machines, tri-sloshers, expos. We don't count blobbers. They're not part of us. And I always like this map, especially on Rainmaker, because it's actually very deceptive how far you can reach on plat, like underneath the plat. You can reach very far. Also, another thing that these teams have to look out for is the left flank. You know, I don't know if you experienced this before, but what will happen is someone will send a short range weapon like a carbon, a blaster, maybe even a splash, a shooter. You know, just like anything that kills relatively quickly to just kind of disorient the enemy team. So that's going to be like something you have to look out for very, very quickly.
All right, here we are coming in. We already have the new blaster coming out already. Game 1. I'd like to see how this plays. I haven't played against much of it recently, but opening we also have a pencil only on one side. The other side is opting for Zap for their cooler. I believe it's Freedom with the pencil. One's already going up right side. Blaster trades the Stamper, so Freedom already has pop. Stamper is fighting Machine on the right side. Suction Bomb goes out. They're trying to poke a little bit here. Really strong opening from Freedom already, getting a good trade there and getting pop.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about early on. They gotta watch those flanks because a simple kill or two would be really crucial in getting momentum swing. As right now we do see Freedom a little bit on their back foot, as even though they do have cooler, they don't have enough pressure here. As the Machine and looks like the shot are gonna be able to get something going. That's 2 down. The Inkjet is out. Looks like Kit Kat's gonna take the Rainmaker and get popped super quickly. So this might be a really quick game, but it looks like Freedom is gonna be able to respond in a way that doesn't allow them to continue their push.
I'm feeling the Stamper right now with the double ink out, but he does get a pick. Very nice pick there. Fortunately, they do get 2 traded out. The Blaster putting in some work. Kraken online. Do they often using it right now? They jump back to play. I believe they're gonna go back for cooler. And they are. Rainmaker is reset. Freedom now has a little bit more of an advantageous spot. They're able to get back into mid. Unfortunately, pop does go for Kit Kat, but they're already being backed all the way up. Range Blaster getting a really nice poke on that left ledge. Unfortunately, they do have to jump out and aren't able to find a pick there.
Yeah, even though Freedom was able to get a little bit of a push going, I think Kit Kat's defense was really, really strong. They were able to single them out. But as I say that, they go 2 down. The Kraken's at the range try to escort this Rainmaker. However, there's one on Kit Kat in mid trying to scope out the Rainmaker. We won't be able to see it for long, but that's 3 down, and it looks like Freedom is gonna barely not get the lead and the checkpoint. That's a great job by Kit Kat to recognize and just play a good defense, and now it's a chance for a counter push as Freedom has, although they're already back. I think the main thing that Kit Kat has to worry about is the pencil, since pencil, if you don't know, pretty good in this meta, so they have to watch out for that. But it looks like they're gonna go anyway, all the way to 20 to 21. What a push! What a opening! What a way to start this game out.
Very true. And that Kraken comes down and barely doesn't kill Booyah, but puts a lot of pressure on it. Gets 2 very nice charge from Kraken. They are going 3 down side of Kit Kat. They just have to break back into mid. That ball point, I believe, is opting to back up. So now they're dropping back for cooler. They're going to try and get a little bit of a better push here. All they have to do is get checked for now. And they get a really nice pick Blaster on that Machine. Unfortunately, the not just trade out. And he falls off the Very unfortunate. Happens to the best of us, I guess. But that does mean Kit Kat's going to get a little bit of a snowball here. Freedom hasn't dunked the rain yet because the Inkjet's holding them back. They get a very nice pick on the shot. No Zuka, but they do still get the check there. Very nice job from the pencil player.
Yeah, they do manage to break the checkpoint. However, it looks like KitKat's defense is going to be just enough to make them back up, though they do get popped. Now, this matchup right here, Pencil v Ballpoint. If Ballpoint doesn't get them right away, Pencil just wins because it paints so much. Looks like that won't really matter as the Ballpoint does go down. That's 3 down, 4 KitKat. Freedom's rushing. They get super close, down to 32. It looks like KitKat's going to be respawning now, able to defend themselves. But with the cooler out, this may be a good time to continue this push. KitKat does drop the Rainmaker though, so that does set Freedom back a little bit, but not enough. As we do see the Stamper just doing what Stampers do and just zip around, being Spider-Man for a little bit. However, KitKat's gonna shut them down.
Very nice zip cast, one shot, one kill. But the Stamper is able to trade out. They're now still forced back on their plat on the side of KitKat, as the Pencil is holding a really nice space in mid, trying to paint them out. And we're going to see a Stamper versus Zap battle. Stamper does win that, and unfortunately could not get 2 there, even on both sides, but Rainmaker still is just being held on the side of Freedom with a minute left in this match. The Fizzy Bomb's going out, trying to spam Pencil out of that position. Very, very nice defense here from KitKat.
Yeah, it looks like that defense is going to break down just a little bit with the Stamper going down. With the Stamper down, that does alleviate a lot of Freedom's worries, since the Stamper is the main one that can just go in kind of recklessly and go for the Rainmaker. However, looks like KitKat does have a Jet at the ready. Their cooler weapon is down, but they did pop it in time. The Stamper is going again. It looks like they're going to try to win this 1v1, but unfortunately, with the very balanced machine, they're not going to be able to get that pick, as the Rainmaker is left alone, and that'll be it. With about 15 seconds left, all KitKat has to do is play just good enough defense to not let Freedom get close to the Rainmaker.
Very true. Unfortunately, though, KitKat... Oh, nice pick. Okay, Freedom does pick up the Rainmaker. They have one last shot on this push. I think Flynn's going to try and go for the Shark here, though. Do they clear him out?
We do see a Stamper 1v1. Ooh, here we go. A bit of Stamper on Stamper. It looks like Flynn is going to be able to win that 1v1, and now this is it. Freedom's last chance. The Stamper is down, so they are a bad disadvantage. Though the rank, I think the Zap
comes out here, gets one.
It's just the Rainmaker. It looks like the end for Freedom in this game. Looks like the cavalry is coming for KitKat, and that will be it. Game 1, very, very close from both teams.
I was gonna say don't count him out yet, but right as I said that, I believe his Stamper got that final pick. Very close game. Only off by what, about 9 points? They just had to get slightly farther. It was 11 to 68. Oh, well, my bad.
It was 21-32.
What? No, nah, whatever. But we are going to be coming up on our second game here, Robo Ramen Zones. This, honestly, I feel like this is it's a good map. I just think it fell off in terms of the hype surrounding it. I remember this map first came out, everybody was like, oh my god, we got the zones, or we got flanks on zones, guys. It's going to be insane. But, I mean... I still think it's good. It's just the flanks weren't used as much as they were perceived to be able to do in the beginning.
Yeah,
especially with that plat being such a lockdown spot.
Yeah, and I always classify Ramen as the bowl, since you can go from anywhere underneath to mid to try to affect that. But yeah, as we see right now on the replay, it looks like the big turnaround point for KitKat was winning that 1v1 versus a Stamper. While yes, even though that could have been a 1-for-1 trade, just being able to get a clean pick on the Stamper does help them with their defense. But going back to Ramen, yeah, I like this weapon. I call this map the bowl because it's just a giant ramen bowl, you know? You have the outer edge and then everything in the middle. So I think while yes, it did technically fall off from the hype, I still think it does offer some really unique flanks, since what a lot of teams will want to do is try to get somebody on that far left side, since they can poke from above, they can go all the way underneath. So I think that just kind of allows for a sense of freedom that other maps don't have.
That is very true, and honestly, I feel like it should be played in a little bit more modes than just zones. I feel like that's really all we see on it is Ramen as a zones map. But I kind of like its tower mode. Its tower mode isn't bad, and its clans mode isn't bad either. But either way, Ramen Zones, that was honestly one of the best trailers, the season trailers in my opinion. I forgot the name of the song, but the Chirpy Chips one. That was my favorite Splatoon 3 song until Well, I guess until the new ones came out, but that trailer was so hype.
Yeah, I understand that, but for me personally, it'd probably be the the Crab Leg one, because it has my favorite weapon in the game, Dreadringer. So maybe that's just bias. But anyways, enough with that. We're gonna look, as we do see no weapon changes. Actually, no, never mind. Correction, we do see a Machine Neo with the Zuka instead of the Booyah Bomb. So a little bit of a change, but for the most part, same comps.
Yeah, opting in for a Zuka instead of a Booyah Bomb. This could help on Ramen, especially with the plat being so close to the middle of zone, or even just you can get a Zuka shot from the back. But we're going to see Machine already trying to poke at somebody they revealed. They aren't able to find the pick, but they do get a little bit of space on zone. And two go down, one the bomb. Very good bomb.
Yeah, unfortunate going down to the bomb, and now Freedom has the opportunity to push a little bit of their advantage as they do go 1-for-1 with the Zipcaster. However, the Inkjet is going to be out, and what a direct from the ball point to just snipe them out of the air while they were falling. And now KitKat has the opportunity to push a little bit further, but not go too far, since with this map, you always got to be suspicious of flanks. Since, like I said, anyone can come up from anywhere at any time.
True, and they have a Zuka coming out. Finds a pick on... No, that was not the Zuka that got that pick. My bad. But Machine is now using their Zuka. No picks from either Zuka, but it is able to get them... The first was able to get them back into zone, and they have zone contested now. And they're going 2 down to that. Very unfortunate, but that Kraken is still alive. Could put in a little bit of work here on this ball point if he doesn't turn around.
Yeah,
and there he goes. I saw the vision. That was a pretty good play. Unfortunately, just couldn't get it off fast enough. But a very nice force trade there. It's a 2v2 on zone right now. And it looks like KitKat's gonna take that and push a little bit farther forward.
Yeah, because right now they're just eating through their score right now, as they're all the way down to 35. But unfortunately, the very balanced Zuka does what Zuka does.
Yeah, it's still a really good trade though from the Machine, able to find that last pick, but they keep zone contested here. And the Inkjet comes out, immediately gets picked off a Range Blaster. Unfortunate for that Inkjet, but a very nice play from the Range Blaster. Pencil able to take zone, doing what Pencil does best at its... Oh, what the... Stamper behind! And it's still chasing, gets 2. Nice pick on the Range Blaster and the Pencil. Is he going to find a third? The Zuka comes out, zipping the dodge the Zuka. Very good. Oh, unfortunately, still does get picked off by the Slosher, though. That was a really nice zip. I liked that.
Yeah, it was I saw the vision of what the Zip was trying to do, but unfortunately they do go down. As now, Freedom is going to try to push a little bit. They did give KitKat a penalty. That is going to be very, very huge in helping them mount their comeback. But unfortunately, the Stamper doing Stamper things and just deleting everyone. Trying to go for the Blaster, gets the 1 hit, and this will be allow KitKat to try to break or try to go through their penalty. Looks like they're going to be down to about 20 left. And looks like Freedom is going to try to fight this a little bit more with the strike. The Kraken is at the range. Let's see what they do here.
Very true, and Flynn's just putting all the work here, poking from under ledge. We do see an overhead view now, but as we see the flank getting picked off, Flynn still down there, gets 2 on the bucket and the shot. Very nice. Pencil, I believe, got the trade. And now Range Blaster trying to do their fair share of poking. Unfortunately, gets picked off, but we still have the zone control inside of Freedom. We're going to have the Zuka coming out, too, trying to get them out, but Pencil still being able to paint over it. Gets the Range Blaster, and that's 3 down on the side of Freedom. KitKat forces back zone in their favor.
Yeah, very, very good job from KitKat, just using their specials in a great way with the Inkjet splash damage, with the Zuka splash damage, and with the Fizzy damage to get the pick on that Pencil. And now we see them going to push up just a little bit further, trying to squeeze Freedom to try to give them as little space as possible. But unfortunately, if they try to do that, they will build special a lot faster, as we do see the Range Blaster try to drop. It is going to work. It's a 2v2. Unfortunately, the Stanford does lose. The Kraken is out. This is a chance for Freedom to push a little bit further. Right now, it's a very, even though the score does look kind of lopsided, it's been very back and forth.
It has been. It's been special use after special use to get them back into zone. It's really, unfortunately, it's just coming out to which team can win that fight after the specials get them back in, whose defense is better. And right now, it's been KitKat, but we do see Freedom having control of zone here. They're playing very far back, and it is allowing KitKat to get a little bit back in. And we're going to see the Pencil getting a really nice pick on the Zapper. Their cooler does go down. And other than that, they're about to take zone. This could go either way, so I think Freedom takes zone here. This could be a pretty even match. We could see it go down to the last very second.
Yeah, we might see overtime, but as we say that, looks like Freedom is going to go 3 down again with the Zipcaster. Flynn on this Stamper is making so many big plays, whether it be with the main weapon itself or with the Zipcaster. It's very, very nice, as we do see another pick on the Range Blaster with about 15 ticks left. Looks like Freedom is going to be able to contest for a little bit longer. However, they only have 15 seconds left. KitKat's trying to collapse on people. It's going to work. That's going to be 2 down. It's a 2v2. The Blaster and the Zap, or the Blaster and the Shaw, going to be trying to contest in zone. It's going to work. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, no, we're back at 2. Looks like it'll be a little more, and unfortunately, that is going to be it. KitKat wins a very, very close game.
Very close game too, indeed. Unfortunately, that will be the knockout. I was thinking they were gonna go contest zone to last second. They wouldn't flip into time, but no, KitKat was able to get that the last second and get that knockout with about, I believe it was 1 or 2 seconds left.
Yeah,
they managed. Saying he got the knockout, but yeah.
Yeah, they managed to They managed to neutralize it with about 2 ticks left, but unfortunately, there was no one else on zone. The Range Blaster was out in Kraken, so there was not a lot left that they could do. So it was just an unfortunate circumstance.
Very true. And we're gonna get to see our next map coming up on Inkblot Clams. This, I don't know why we've been seeing so much of this map recently. I feel like the pick before this was always Tower, but it switched to Clams. I don't think it ever got changed with the new patch, did it?
No, but this is very reminiscent of Splatoon 2, the Inkblot meta. You know, and as someone who likes Inkblot better than most maps in this game, I can contest this is a good map.
I think Inkblot's pretty good. What it could have been is that it used to be really easy to just crack and cheese on this map, and so that was the only thing that was really holding it back. But after Kraken got patched, I feel like people started to see a lot more of the Clams maps that are closer together for the baskets being a lot easier to play, and just don't have to worry about that Kraken. Which I'm glad that they did nerf that, but I'm glad they didn't absolutely destroy the special being of Kraken just completely, because they've done a couple things to some weapons and stuff in the past that have just ruined it completely, instead of this being like an actually good balance for the Kraken.
Yeah, as the machine player, I admit the 5 frames. It was
so hard.
It was so unnecessary, but at the same time, I understand. But yeah, like you were saying, I feel like they kind of changed the way Kraken was supposed to be used. Now Kraken, well, back then before the change, it was mainly played on Clan Blitz for the cheese. Now I feel like Kraken is doing what it's supposed to do, was to isolate and single out one target, or multiple targets that are in a close area, and just retreat. Since there's a lot of end lag with Kraken, so without the cheese, it makes the Kraken user have to be very, very careful about when they go in and who they decide to go for.
Very true. But yeah, Inkblot Clams. I don't really know much about this map. Specifically, like I know Tower very well, but I think on Clams you can't take VATS, right? Like it's just completely sealed off.
I believe you can take VATS up here. I think there's a ramp here, or is there a rail? It's one of the two. But yeah, VATS and the jump, or not the jump, the step up to plat is gonna be very important to try to. No, you can't get up to VATS. There's a sponge. But yeah, both teams have to watch out for the steps, and that's a very, very quick way to get a push going. And again, no weapon changes other than the machine. Yeah, the machine switching from the Neo back to the vanilla.
All right, but we're going to see our opening here. It looks like one's already very pressed up the left side, being Range Blaster and Slosher, but backing off that machine. Both on left stack. We're going to see this a really, really slow neutral here. Both teams gathering Clams. No picks quite yet. Slosher just poking as much as they can from behind that balloon. Not much happening yet. Oh, machine goes down. I missed that. My bad. But we're going to see Slosher fighting the Zap here. Getting some trades. Unfortunate trade. But still, they have Cooler on their side. Both do, so they're back in action right away.
Yeah, a very, like you said, conservative opening, but now it's like both teams are trying to go at it, try to get some advantage going, as there's another trade with the machine, and now at the moment it looks like Freedom is gonna be pushed back just a little bit though, but they do have to watch for the stacks, since the stacks are a very, very important player in the map just in general, since that gives you gives a Stamper, or yeah, the Stamper, a very easy way to get Zipcasters going. But now we do see KitKat get one on the bucket, as they are going to fight their way forward. The Stamper goes down. That's one. That's another one.
Very nice, too.
Yeah, the Zap gets 2, looking for a third, trying to put pressure on this pencil. It's gonna work. They do
It's
get him.
3.
However, they do have a power. It looks like they don't have a lot to follow up with only 1 clam at the ready.
I really thought they missed it, but they did get it in. And we're going to see Zap still in there, getting another pick there. They're having to be backed up by the Range Blaster and the Pencil, both looking at them. But still, this is some very good value. We're going to see Ballpoint with an Inkjet soon, maybe. It is online. Yeah. There comes the Cooler. Getting the time, opting to jump out.
Yeah, unfortunately, KitKat does only get down to 74. Now, a general rule with Clam Blitz is that you want to get your first push down to 60, since that makes it so the enemy team only has to get 2 power clams to get lead. Though with a push of 74, if they can play good defense, they will be able to hold it for just a little bit longer until their next push. But right now, Freedom is trying to push forward. However, the Jet does shut one of them down. However, Cooler is at the ready. The Range Blast is looking for their opportunity to try to get a pick here. And right now, it's a very neutral setting.
Very even neutral. You are right, but the Kraken's coming out. They're going straight for, I believe that is, I don't know. This is my bad. Oh, Zap. Going for Zap over here. They're getting all the way backed up into their plat. The ball has to jump back out. It's only 3 alive right now, and we're going to see them pushing in. Looks like Zap and Stamper trying to fight, but unfortunately, Stamper does go down. We're going to see Pencil on the left side trying to get a little bit of paint into their plat to get that push going. But no clam online yet, so they're going to have to wait just a couple more seconds for this.
Yeah, this Pencil on this stack is very oppressive. It can hit the plat super easily. Unfortunately, they are gonna be pushed out by the Stamper. And now the Jet does get 2, and another one goes down. This is KitKat's chance to extend their lead. Looks like they are going to with the super fast jump with the Cooler. And now they get down to 61. They do have one. The Ballpoint does have flames, like they are gonna decide to back up, which is a smart move right here. And now Freedom have 2 balls at their ready. So now this is their chance to get a really nice push going.
Very true. We're going to see the strikes coming out, trying to get a little bit of push in. They can't get on that zip just yet. Or the rail, sorry. But they get a very nice trade between the Zap and the Slosher. We're going to see Flynn trying to do the best they can to pick off this Range Blaster and hold back the push. They're able to do it, but the Zuka coming right at them, they get a really good jump out. And it's just a Pencil and the Shot left alive trying to make this push. I believe Slosher's still back in spawn trying to grab some clams.
Yeah, with about 70 seconds left, Freedom hasn't been able to get onto their flat, which KitKat has been doing at will. Though with the Ballpoint going down, that might make things a little bit easier, because without that range, the Pencil and range, you can basically shoot whoever they feel like at the moment. Though the Cooler is at the ready, this looks like Freedom's chance to get a push going here without 55 seconds left. However, they do have to be wary of the Booyah Bomb and the Zoop and the Zipcaster at the ready. However, the Pencil puts caution to the wind and just goes in for the score. They only get an extra clam. The Range Blaster does have 1 clam. Unfortunately, has to Kraken keep themselves alive. Looks like that's going to be the end of the push. Only going to 77.
Very true. They only have a little bit left, time left, 30 seconds on the clock to try and make another push here. They're gonna have to get a little bit more than 1 clam in, but I think this is gonna be even down to the last second either way. We are gonna see them just trying to play very neutral setting. Except, oh, very nice pick on the Inkjet, and that's gonna get another pick on the machine too. We're gonna see 2 go down. They're trying to get a little bit of extension into their plat, but the last 2 players on the side of KitKat are doing a very good job of holding this. They decided to pick up this clam and throw it back so they can get a little bit of a safer clam spot, but still, it's going to come down to the last second here. We are in overtime, and we're going to see Freedom having 1 power clam on. The Azuka comes out. They should have a jump in with the Kraken there. They had to get rid of that Azuka though to be able to do it, and they get it in.
There's a jump.
There goes the clam in. Do they have enough to win though?
They need 3 more clams. The Bucket going for it. 1 more clam. The Range Blaster looking for a way in. They're not going to get it. And it looks like Freedom is not going to be able to do it. The Stamper giving himself up at the end. And that will be it. Looks like KitKat's going to hold on to a 1-point win, fending off Freedom from taking the lead.
That is a certified my controller died moment. Dipper at the last second, unfortunately, not be able to fight that. But still, KitKat able to hold on by 1 singular point. 1 clam would have made the difference there. Very nice pushes every time from both teams.
Yeah,
the KitKat coming out 3-0.
Yeah, I feel like for most of that game, KitKat just didn't allow Freedom to move, because anytime they got a push going, or I'm sorry, tried to get a push going, there was always just an unfortunate pick for Freedom, just that kind of cuts them off or try to cut that off. So unfortunately, they weren't able to get more. But the bucket did have like 3 clams. Unfortunately, got killed with 1 clam remaining, and then it was left to the range blaster, who by himself couldn't really do much. So it was just an unfortunate timing for Freedom.
Very true, but that Kraken jump was smart. The range getting in the basket, putting the Kraken down so they didn't have to wait. The Zuka realizing that they had to get that Zuka out of the way to be able to jump. It was very nice coordination, just slightly less fortunate timing there. Mm-hmm. But we are going to be coming up to our next map mode here, being Mako Tower for Game 4. Now, this is what I'm a little bit more familiar with. Mako Tower is a really, really fun map for me. As a Wiper and Stanford player, I love this map mode.
Okay, hot take. I don't like Mako.
No, why?
I don't know. I play buckets. I know I play buckets and blasters. I just don't vibe with the map. It's just not for me. But I can recognize that it is a good map. It does have its qualities. I understand why the community think it's really good. I just don't like it. It doesn't.
Yeah,
I just don't like
fair.
it.
That's like one of my teammates, Wooly, have the most like hot takes for maps. Like I think it was Flounder Rain they really like, but they hate anything Haggle. And it's like you got the bread and butter being Haggle, and then you got like the most out there pick being Flounder Rain. And it's just, yeah, I guess I respect people having the differing opinions, especially when it comes down to map modes and weapon choices, but still, Mako Tower. This is a really I like it. I like it on tower because it utilizes the entire map. The tower opens up by going to the left side and then backs up to the right, and then it goes down into their spawn. It's a little bit snowbally once you get past that second check, but still, it's a lot of fun for me since it utilizes the whole map. So you fight pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, like you said, the second checkpoint is kind of like that how do you say? It's that.
For me, it's like a do or die.
Yeah, it's that pressure point, I should say, where if it breaks through, the floodgates just fly open. Since if you can get past that second checkpoint, since it's right in front of the enemy's plat, or right in front of that enemy's like freezer area, they just have full access. Because you gotta watch snipe, you gotta watch the window, you gotta watch it in case of a flank from the plat. So if you manage to break through that, I feel like you get to third checkpoint relatively easily. And once you get the third checkpoint, that's a winning push right there.
Yeah, it is. But are we gonna see any comp changes here? None from the side of Kit Kat. Freedom opting to go for that V machine. Oh, the long rapid coming out though instead of a ballpoint. I actually really like this pick.
Yeah, especially with I play rapid, so I like rapid, but I play the rapid deco, the good one, the inkjet one. But yeah, I can see with the long range, with the whale, is able to just do a lot of chip damage here as the rapid in range go at it. Unfortunately, the range is forced to jump out, and now Kit Kat has a really early advantage though. Their cool-up weapon or their zap does go down. However, they are able to get a small push going here.
It could turn into a lot better though because they're blaster versus blaster battle here again, and he jumped out again. Oh man. But we're going to see the blaster having to retreat now. They are 4v4, but I believe there are two came out there that we missed. There's Yuka coming out after Bria Bomb. Not able to find any yet, but Saber is going down there.
Yeah, at the moment, it looks like Freedom's playing really, really good defense here. I think they've learned from the past games how Kit Kat plays, how they look to isolate one person and then have the rest of the team go with everybody else, or go for everybody else. It looks like they're going to be doing a very good job of trying to counter that. Unfortunately, one does go down. This allows Kit Kat to get a little something going. Freedom does touch tower to just get on the board. It's going to work. The zap going for a very risky play. It does not work in their favor, and that's going to be 2 down for Kit Kat, as Freedom has the opportunity to get a lead here and probably not get through the first checkpoint, but get a lot of pressure on that first checkpoint.
Very true, but we're gonna see Azuka coming out soon, I believe. There's shots looking at it.
That's 2 again.
2 kills, very nice. Azuka does come out. It looks like I was a little behind on stream, my bad guys, that just caught up. Shot coming out, is trying to pressure that plat. It looks like they're gonna be going for a flank with the strikes here. Strikes still coming out. They are able to get up, but it looks like the machine's trying to shut them down from getting there. Shot versus machine battle here. And it's a trade again. But still, it's still 2 down on both sides here. But Freedom being able to get that push almost to the second checkpoint. We're going to see what we're talking about with this little do or die moment. Where if you get this, you have a really good setup, and they have Cooler coming out. Everybody's fighting on the right side. So it looks like 3 claps on the Slosher, but they still have Tower on second check. Push down to 37 for now. We see Stamper on the top left. I think he fell off. Wait, no, he's there.
He's still there.
Stamper on the top left got a very nice pick on the shot, and now trying to move forward into mid.
Yeah, right now we do see Freedom trying to get a little bit of something going here, or trying to keep this going as the range blaster is just striking under the snipe, which is very good. They do manage to get one. That's another 2 down for KitKat. I feel like we've been saying this the entire game as KitKat, they've really been 4 up. They've always been at least 1 or 2 down. As I say that, they go again. The Kraken does get another. That's another 3 down, and they do manage to get through that second checkpoint. And now they have a really easy way to the 3rd checkpoint. However, the Rapid Blaster, Junior Blasters do and just look at Tower and hope for the best. And it is gonna work out in their favor for now. And the Range Blaster goes for a little shopping in another department store.
Very true, but they're gonna have a jump camp here. The Blaster unfortunately could not get that safe jump in as the rest of their team got backed up, but still, it's gonna be 3 down, 4 down, wipe out. Very nice wipe. Good job from KitKat here, making a counter push, and they are now back in the mid. It looks like they are coming back fast though. I guess they had Cooler, but either way, that was a very nice push from KitKat, being able to get 4 down. They're trying to push Tower forward a little bit here to first check. They are going to get it to first check. Nobody on Tower right now as Zap's trying to do their best to stay alive.
Yeah, it looks like Freedom is getting a little bit of a taste of their own medicine as KitKat is keeping them down again. However, they do have strikes on Tower. The bucket does go down, and now KitKat is just fighting for this, fighting to get to the second checkpoint. It is gonna work as they're all 4 here, and Freedom is kind of stuck up here on their plat, which is weird to say, because right now they have the Stamper and the Machine just sloshing over. They do manage to get 2 down. Freedom does get 2 down, fighting for this checkpoint. The Machine being the Machine and just looking in their general direction, getting 2 kills, and it looks like it's gonna be Range and Pencil left trying to fight for Tower. We are less than a minute in, and it looks like KitKat is gonna break through the second checkpoint, and they do.
Very nice. Now they just have to get past this final checkpoint. Unfortunately, 2 do go down. They're able to get pushed on 22, and there's the wipe.
Oh, that's a wipeout.
They aren't going to get it on that push, but they did get through those 2 important checks. So if they can just get an overtime push here, I think they got that.
Yeah, but
it's going to be down to the wire, though, either way.
Yeah, and I think Freedom is going to recognize that we can't let them get us 2 or 3 down again, since, as you saw, they went 2 or 3 down, and KitKat got all the way to 22 with a single push. But now they can just play a little bit of defense here, try to build specials, try to just get a pick or 2. And as I said, they do go 2 down. That's 3 down. It's just the Machine, the Bucket versus the Machine. The Pencil looks like it's not gonna work. The strikes are out, and it looks like that will be game. And it looks like KitKat got a taste of freedom.
Real. Freedom taking their first game here. A little bit freer to take the rest of this set. They now have a little bit of momentum going on. But either way, I want to see it. I want to see the fist bump. We got to see the first game win fist bump.
You got to see the fist bump. Are we going to see fist bump?
No fist bump.
No fist bump.
Unfortunate, but still, they love their country. They did really good on that Mako Tower map, getting that first push all the way down to 11. And we're going to see a little bit of a range blaster play here. Very nice pick on Gozu.
Yeah, the range blaster the range blaster just doing what it does and just sends a gigantic area of saying, hey, you cannot go here. Go somewhere else. And it looks like Freedom is going to do what they can for Super Earth and kind of get trying to look for their second win here of the set.
The Helldivers reference went hard. But yeah, that was a really good crack. I didn't realize it was one assist and into another 2 kills. Very nice plays from this range blaster. And even setting themselves up under plat there to get that push down to, I believe it was 11 to win that game. But coming up next, we're going to be seeing Manta Maria Rainmaker. God, I don't like this map.
I like this when I play certain weapons.
I know Wiper and Stamper and Swatanas in general don't really struggle much on this map. But for some reason, every time I play Manta, I can't. I don't know why. I don't know if my positioning is wrong or something, but... Well, I'll have to take a little bit of a learning moment, see how these teams play it. I believe I can look at the Stamper player, right? See how they're doing it? Maybe I gotta take a little bit of a learning moment from the Stamper here.
Maybe. But yeah, I play Range Blaster on this map. Because I play the vanilla Range Blaster since the ability of the Wave Breaker just kind of take over bunker and street is really big, and with the pressure of suction bombs on jump, you can kind of just like, I feel like both range blasters are pretty good in different ways on this map, since I feel like the vanilla one is good for like area control, getting control of the street, getting control of bunker, while the custom one is good at like getting picks with the Kraken, try to not cheese Rainmaker, but trying to make the jump a little bit safer, make street a little bit safer. So I feel like both are very, very good. But yeah, I understand how you feel. This map can be a little confusing at times, but I still like it.
Yeah, it's a little bit snowbally for me, especially on Rain, because like that jump off of the ledge to get to that final checkpoint, you can get so far with that with just one squid roll. And it's honestly, it's a risk and reward thing, is they can just shoot you out of the air, but if you land, you're not too far off from the checkpoint there. And just getting through street in general isn't too hard, but it is still a little bit of a choke point. But either way, we can see any comp changes coming into Game 5. Charcoal spotted!
We see a decav from Freedom. Looks like they wanted to change. Guess what? They got their change, and here we go. The charcoal one, which I like it. I just feel like the wall is a little bit of a weird choice, but other than that, it's still good. It's a very overpowered main weapon, in my opinion.
Yeah, it still has its drawbacks, but either way, we're going to see it positioning up in top bunker. Rainbuster unfortunately going down on the side of Freedom, but we are going to see the Charcoal still trying to hold this area, doing it very well. The Cooler does go down. Unfortunately,
gets one.
Ooh, nice one.
Oh, come on.
And they get the
second one.
Oh, the inkjet comes out. Oh, they're going on the left. Check. I didn't even realize that. Very nice sneak from KCat to get check on the left side. Or first, from Freedom.
Yeah, but actually, we do see the use of a heavy edit. So that's, a very underrated weapon. But I think with the new kit, the new bow one, I believe, that's what it's called. I have seen it risen up a little bit as people start using it, and so I was realizing, hey, this weapon's actually really good. And there it is, the very overpowered one-shot range as the Charcoal trying to get a pick here on the Stamper. It is gonna work. It looks like their jump is gonna be protected for a little bit. Unfortunately, the ballpoint is doing ballpoint things and just shoots forever.
Very true. Yeah, ballpoint coming out, able to get a pick on that Charcoal off the inkjet jump. But still, they were able to get a little bit of a position in mid, pushed up on the side of Freedom as they were able to get 2 picks earlier on. But Ballpoint going on top of Grace, trying to find a pick. I believe that's on the Charcoal. Just looking at anything they can right now. They do get one down. Rangebuster has to jump out. That's going to be a little bit of an opportunity to push here for KitKat.
Yeah,
Real bomb coming out in the bunker.
Yeah, KitKat's going to try to extend their lead here. But Freedom does have 3 specials at the ready. They do manage to pop their Kraken and try to force bunker, as we do see the Kraken just trying to scope it out before going, as we do see that's a nice direct, and that's 2 down for KitKat. Looks like Freedom has the opportunity to get a good push going. However, the Range Blaster just sitting on the wall is able to see one, however, not get a hit on it, and Freedom does break through that checkpoint.
Very nice check, and they have
they take the lead
on the left side. I haven't seen that route before, but they do get the lead. It's going to be a little bit harder for them to get up and get that pop, but they are being backed up actively, so it won't be too much of an issue.
Yeah, as right now, KitKat is trying to establish a bit of mid control as they are pushed back, and the Stamper goes down again. Looks like Freedom is going to keep on going. The machine does get the direct, unfortunately does get 2v1 here, and looks like Freedom is going to try to keep up this pressure, as even though they're only winning by 4 points, they still have a lot of priority, as that's another kill from the very, very good weapon, as KitKat goes 2 down again. It looks like Freedom's trying to snowball, looking for the machine pick, and we'll get a trade out of it.
Very nice from that Charcoal, getting a lot of pressure in. I don't know where they're going left. I guess it's working for them. They have the Zuka out. The shot's just trying to get as much pressure under the ledge as they can. I believe they might commit to this left side push. They have 2 down. They can run Rain here and try and get a bigger lead. 3 down. Stamper is being communicated now as Rain's trying to push over. They do get this drop onto Grace. They unfortunately miss the jump. That makes so much more sense why they went left. I've never seen that route. They are trying to drop it from the Great. They do get the push down to 12 though, and Inkjet online and Cooler. The Cooler's going to be coming out soon, I believe, on the side of KitKat.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of Rainmaker on some maps, is that the fluidity of the routes is just insane. As we saw, they went all the way left to go on elbow to go on the mask. The ability to just adjust on the fly is why I love Rainmaker personally, as we do see KitKat trying to get a little bit more, as with about a minute left, they are a little bit on their back foot here.
Very true. KitKat's down by just about 51 points. We're gonna see a little,
here we go.
little bit of a push on the right side here. The head is going down, and the Booyah Bomb comes out. They are gonna try and do this in basic route here. Going on the right side, trying to get this drop. And it's gonna be down to 17.
Close.
11-10. They do get lead. The Kraken not able to pick them off soon enough. We're gonna see 30 seconds left. Freedom's gonna have to make another push. Otherwise, KitKat's gonna take game 6 here. Very nice effort from both KitKat and Freedom on these 2 pushes here.
It's game 5, not
Oh,
game
it's
6.
game 5. My
Yes.
bad.
But anyways, here we go. Freedom, they only have about 1, maybe 2 opportunities if they die really, really quickly. I don't think that's going to happen soon, as we do see the Range Blaster and the Jet trying to go for the Stamper. Unfortunately, the Stamper is just staying alive. It's going to do it. With about 6 seconds left, the machine jumps back to try to save their Booyah Bomb, and now here we go. About 30-40 seconds left for the Rainmaker to get down to 2 points. However, KitKat's defense has been really good, and they do have a Booyah Bomb and an Inkjet at the ready. There's the Jet looking for the pick. The Rainmaker just trying to stay alive, outlive the Jet. They're about Jet, but unfortunately, the Zip Caster is going to get them, and that will be it. KitKat wins the game and takes a 4-1 lead.
Very nice pinch at the last second from the ballpoint and the Stamper and Zip there. Being able to just get that pressure on Rainbow, the rest of the team was trying to get pushed forward. But still, okay, we got to see the Vispo eventually. Surely. Surely. Man. Not yet. Well, maybe we'll get one for game 6 or 7. But yeah, we're gonna see Haggle Zones coming up next year. Honestly, Haggle Zones just being the bread and butter of Splatoon. Let's be real. Every time we play counter pick maps, we all start on Haggle Zones. It's just the basic. But honestly, what are your opinions on Haggle Zones?
Well, like you said, it's the basic. It's just like Pokemon Stadium 2 in Smash Bros. It's just like it's very neutral. Everyone likes it, or not likes it. Everyone tolerates it enough, because there's not a lot of there's not a lot of change that happens on the map. That's the best way I can describe it. It's like, both teams know what each other wants to do. Since not a lot changes, you gotta watch out for those alleyways, which allow for not deep flanks, but very effective flanks.
Very true. One of the few maps on this game where flanks actually get utilized a lot. But either way, we're gonna see Haggle Zones. My opinion on this map, as a Wiper player, using the flanks here just feels so nice, because like if you get a lot of specials out at one time, or just like distracting attention, if you can get like your aggressive Slayer weapon up on the left side, or your skirmisher or anything, while those specials are going out, they're gonna be focused mostly on the specials. They aren't gonna see you coming up, and you're gonna be able to get a couple really good picks there to take back zone.
Yeah, and as a bucket player, I like to use those flanks to my advantage, because I know just as a player that people like to go there, so I like to try to throw a splat bomb, not on that grate, but like right behind it, since that's where a lot of players like to jump, and I can usually get a pick or 2 off of that. But yeah, the flanks are going to be a really, really big part, especially with the Stamper and the decav. Just being able to distract your opponents long enough to have the rest of the team kind of just fall forward is going to be really, really big.
Very true. Honestly, I wonder if we're going to see that decav again. I'd like to. That was a really, really fun weapon pick to watch. They got a couple really good picks when they were on the stream cam perspective, but those charge fours are deadly on the flanks on this map too. Yeah, it really just anywhere, and being able to dash almost from the back of zone to the very right side. But still, I'm really excited for this game 6.
Yeah, I could see either one, honestly. I could see the charcoal one, because wall is just a very good a very good sub for just the whole team in general. And then you have the mint one with bubble and what's the sub? I forgot. God.
The mint decav, it's suction bomb, right?
Yeah, a suction bomb, my bad. Yeah, with the suction bomb, just being able to just stay in an area for very, very long, and then just translate that offense to defense, and then go back from defensive to offensive when the bubble runs out. Either one could be really, really good.
Yeah, and I know people are like Stamper just outclasses decav, But honestly, on zones, I feel like decaf could be just slightly bit better if you're really trying to focus a little bit more paint. Like you don't have enough paint to play with this with the stamper. You need a little bit more out of it, so you switch to decaf because decaf paints very well. Like the basic non-charged horizontals. Like I kind of underestimate every single time how much that stuff paints.
Yes, because unfortunately, as someone who has fallen victim to the decav just being able to one-shot you from far away, yes, or from farther away than you think, yes, it does paint relatively well. I like to call it like a sneaky painter, since you wouldn't expect a weapon like that to paint very well, you know? Like you wouldn't like somehow like Stamper paints decently, but decaf just paints better.
Yeah, decaf paint is definitely very effective. But while we're seeing it on the screen here, Game 7 Scorch, dude, Scorch, I really want to see a Wiper come out here. I wasn't sure if it was in the map list, but like Scorch is my pop-off map for Wiper. Like I don't know what it is. I swear I don't feel like I'm doing that much different, but it's just like Scorch Wiper, I seem to like do really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I really want to see the Wiper come out from either of the Splatana players. I feel like he'd be really effective.
It could be. Well, I had the same thing, but instead I played Dreadringer on this, and it's one of those map modes that is, or one of those maps it's very sneakily good for Dreadringer, since I think the block from the ramp is there on Clan Blitz if I'm not mistaken, or is it Rainmaker? I'm not sure. But anyway,
I know Rainmaker has the ramp.
No, not the ramp. I mean there's a block right in front of the ramp that you can hit from snipe, or you get up to snipe on Rainmaker. I don't remember if it's on Clams. I'll have to look at that later. But anyways, like I was saying, Dread's really good here since you can hit behind, or that little area behind the basket really effectively, and you get to have suction bombs to throw at it. You can affect Plaid really good or really effectively. You can be a really good weapon to contest the Great. And overall, I just think it's a really underrated weapon for the map.
I remember when like the hype about Dread first started coming out, and it was like, yeah, guys, Dread paints a lot, and it has reslider for zone cheese, and everybody was like, wait, maybe this thing gets a good second kit, and then it got Beacon and Wavebreaker, I believe, and it was just like, it was the most depressing thing ever, because I really wanted to see that weapon get a good second kit like S-Blast did, when everybody has like the same kind of moment about that, where when S-Blast gets second kit, it'll be meta. Yeah, I feel like that second kit for Dread it had so much potential to be something so much better that I feel like we could have definitely seen in comp.
Yeah.
But
well,
either way,
I am a Dreadringer propagandist first and foremost. I will say, I will cope to the day I stop playing Splatoon that the vanilla kit is a really underrated kit, and that in the right team comp it could pop off, not only in zones, but also in like Clan Blitz and Rainmaker, because I don't know if you know this, but Dreadringer does scarily high object damage. So it can pop Rainmaker shield, how do you say? It could pop the Rainmaker shield very fast, especially if you run especially if you run Object Shredder on it. It destroys Rainmaker shield. So I will be a propagandist to the day I stop playing Splatoon.
I'm trying to go to Sendu to see the what's it called? Oh, well, never mind. Coming into Game 6 this time, right?
Yeah, it looks like
we do see the charcoal come out though again.
Yeah, this is going to be Freedom's last stand for Super Earth, as they're gonna need to try to force a Game 9 here. But we do see very little changes as the charcoal already goes down for Freedom.
Very unfortunate for Freedom, but KitKat able to take zone. Stamper trying to get a little bit of a push up here with the I can't even see what, my bad, but they do get the person to jump out. So they're gonna try and get themselves on their ledge here, I believe. Yeah, they're gonna get themselves on their ledge to get a little bit of pressure on the Slosher. Slosher is able to pick them off though. It's gonna get a little bit of a push back in for Freedom as two go down on side of KitKat.
Yeah, but they do have the cooler, so that doesn't really mean a lot. But here we go. Looks like the Bucket is gonna be able to get that one-on-one trade, as KitKat's already down to 50, already halfway through their through the points. And Freedom, with only one special here, they have to try to do something. As a Zipcaster is out, the cooler's at the ready. The Zipcaster does go down. But unfortunately, another one goes down. That's 2 down for Freedom. They're trying to push zone, trying to force zone here with the Jet. It's gonna work. They do get one, however, that's gonna be the only one they get. As KitKat is just staying in zone. As right now, the strikes are out. The Bucket is trying to paint, and we love zone cheese. As the Bucket will be able to get the zone with the strikes.
And they are able to get 2 downside the KitKat now. Very nice pushback. First the Inkjet, then the strikes to take zone. It was a very good effort from Freedom, keeping them in the game here. They are getting down to around 75 points now. The Charcoal does go down, and then we have an Inkjet out on the side of KitKat trying to force them out of zone, and they will be doing that effectively. They do get the zone flip. Pencil could not find a pick on the Inkjet before it jumped away, though.
Yeah, it looks like Freedom here is going to be able to contest zone with the Jet and with the Pencil very, very well here, as KitKat does go 1 down. The shot looking for a pick here. However, they do have Cooler and Zuka at the ready, so this could be a chance for a really nice pick or two, as they do get one. The Booyah Bomb does come out. The shot sends a Zuka shot over, hoping to get the pick. They are going to get it, and unfortunately, they do go down to the machine.
Very true. It's going to be a 3v3 on zone here, with both going down, or one going down each side. They're going to be collapsing on the Stamper here, but unfortunately, they couldn't quite get the pick, so they're going to leave him down there for a second. Freedom is able to get control of zone here. The Fizzy's coming out. Fizzy fan, we love it. They're trying to get a little bit of zone flip here, but unfortunately, they can't seem to quite get it. That Booyah Bomb is coming out. Not able to do it as the strikes do come out. Another Inkjet coming out. Has been Inkjet spam all game. We love to see it. But Charcoal not able to find a pick with it.
It looks like both teams have been taking to the skies here to try to get a pick or two, as the Zipcaster is trying to fight for zone here. They do manage to get a pick on the Bucket, and now KitKat is going to start to chew through their pretty massive penalty here, as the Zipcaster doing what Zipcasters do and just fly around for a little bit is going to work. Now with about 2 minutes left, the decaf doesn't go for a blank. They do manage to get the ball point. Stamp, Sword 1v1. The decaf is going to win. That's going to be 2 down, and Freedom has a chance to push a little bit further here.
Very true, and they do have the Inkjet online on the side of Freedom. It should come out soon here, unless there's, yep, there it is. On the Cooler too, they're able to get the Stamper. Very nice pick. Strikes coming out too to try and lock them out more. They're looking on that top right side, trying to get a pick on Jam on the top right. Not quite able to find it, but they are able to pressure them a lot, and Machine is now going down. Very unfortunate, but very nice pick from Charcoal.
Yeah, you can say that again. As right now, Freedom did use a lot of specials. I think they used 2 or 3 specials, but it did work in their favor as they were continuing to get those picks. However, the Zipcaster is here trying to cause a distraction with about 5 before they take the lead. It's going to be really close, and it looks like KitKat's going to take it just in time before, unfortunately, they do go 2 down. Freedom's going to take that right back and start to chew through their penalty.
Very true. It's going to be a Pencil versus Ballpoint fight here. Ballpoint is choosing to make the smart decision and back up slightly. They are able to get a pick on that Jet, and the strikes. Very nice double on 2 specials there. It's now just Pencil on the backside of zone. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to hold it with just themselves, so they're going to have to back up here almost all the way.
Yeah, with only 40 seconds left, KitKat has to try to hold for as long as possible. That's a good start, as the decaf does go down, so there's no Inkjet for a little bit. The Zipcaster is going to come out for KitKat, trying to get a pick here. They're not going to be able to find one. The Zap does go down, however, they're back immediately with, I believe they pop Cooler, and this is it. This is going to be Freedom's last opportunity. They do try to isolate this machine. Isolate this Stamper. It is going to work. Unfortunately, KitKat's going to hold zone for a little bit longer, as it's a huge fight. Here we are, the final 10 seconds. A Jet is out, gets a pick on the Bucket. KitKat has zone with about 5 seconds left. They're going to hold it, but Freedom does force the flip, and the Ballpoint just going to sit here. Is going to be able to paint a lot. It's going to work, trying to force their way in. Freedom, the strikes come out, but it's not going to be it, and that will be the set. Super Earth falls for now, as KitKat wins the set 5-1.
Those dang Terminids. But KitKat able to get the lead, the game set win 5-1. Do we? Okay, come on. Can we get the fist bump? Can we get the fist bump?
Fist bump?
No fist bump. No fist Man, but they are able to get that 5-1 win. A very commanding set win over Freedom, only dropping 1 game. We unfortunately will not get to see that Scorch Clams match, but still, either way, very, very good effort from both teams here.
Yeah.
Very, very nice battles. The Inkjet after Inkjet after Inkjet on the Haggle Zones game was very entertaining to watch. And also going back to Inkjet meta. But either way, very nice pick from Gozu there. And I think they do get 2 here if I'm not mistaken.
I believe they do, but
No, they don't. I was thinking of the
earlier
when they
today.
got the two,
Or
yeah,
earlier this night, yeah.
yeah, when they got the one on the strikes and the Inkjet with just being on the top right. It was very nice picks, but so this last little zone battle, unfortunately the strikes just couldn't come out soon enough, and it was going to be a flip on the favor of KitKat to win that game.
Yeah, unfortunate for Freedom, but overall it was a close set. Even though the final scoreboard does look kind of dominant, it could have been either teams. Like this could have easily gone to like a game 8 or a game 9. That's how close all these games were. Well, a majority of these games were.
It really only came down to one good push each time.
Exactly, and you know what, KitKat, you've convinced me. It's now my second favorite chocolate bar, not my third favorite.
Real? Honestly, KitKat on top. We love to see KitKat winning. But either way, that is going to be the last match. Topic, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me over on Twitter. I'm Toxic though. I usually do other commentaries, for like LSL, MIT, the MIT server. So yeah, you can find me over there. You can hear the ramblings of a madman talking about how I want Dreadringer to be better, get a third kit. That's probably not gonna happen. But yeah, you can follow me over on there, usually on Discord at topic_2. And yeah, that's basically it. Vortex, what about you?
You can find me on Twitter at Vortex, all caps, the 0 free underscores. I hate my Twitter tag. I need to change it. But on Discord, you can find me at Vortex9282 with the 0 once again. But yeah, other than that, I hope everybody in Twitch chat has a great night. Everybody here. Both teams played very well. Very, very good games from both teams. But we're going to be coming up next at you with another game. I believe it Div 6 between Seasick and Calamity Forge Neo.
Yes.
Everybody else have a good night. Hope
you stick around. Please stick around. It's be very nice. See y'all next week.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Ludi Tonight. My name is Jake, and I'm here with Jokera. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
So yeah, and I mean, we've had great sets tonight so far. But coming up next, we have our first Division 6 matchup, and between Seasick and Calamity Forge Neo, two teams that I know a lot of people going into sort of these Division 6 are saying that these two teams have a chance of winning the entire thing because both of these teams are pretty strong. So, yeah, and as we get in the map list here, we start off here with Museum Rainmaker. What are your thoughts on Museum Rainmaker?
I find it a pretty good map, but it definitely has a lot of elements to just kind of, you either take a while to break checkpoint or you take a while to actually push up to the pedestal.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's definitely harder to definitely get a like solid push. You either it's sort of split up in a way where one part's harder than the next. As we get into it here, I mean, I'm interested to see what comps we have with the new season and stuff. We see a Hydra coming out from the side of Seasick, and on the side of Calamity Forge Neo, a general no backless comp here with the range, the new CRB and double shot. But I'm very interested to see what Seasick is going to do here with that crack on roller and that Hydra, which is not a strong weapon in the current competitive scene. It's more most people would favor Calamity Forge Neo in these situations. As we see here, the check immediately getting broken by Seasick. A great start for them.
Yeah. And I have to see, however, how they keep managing this momentum as going 3 down, having their Zuka immediately go down while Kraken's getting popped is not going to be very favorable, as it's just going to shift the momentum back towards Calamity Forge Neo.
Yeah, as you say that though, that Try is able to get their core out and get that crack and be able to punish that Kraken as it ends. The Zuka's coming out for the side of Calamity Forge Neo. On it, I believe they're able to get one there, and the Try is forced to jump out. This effectively puts it at a 2v2 situation here until that Try gets back in. But Seasick going, there's one of their shots are going down. That's going to be huge. The Try dropping, able to get one, and they have backup here trying to get more. The range goes down, and they have the core out. This is setting up to be a really good push. However, that Zuka coming out, both of those Zukas coming out from the side of Calamity Forge Neo, able to get one, two go down on the side of Seasick, and Calamity Forge Neo is looking to start pushing immediately.
Yeah, but this is kind of where the Seasick pick for Hydra comes into play. Hydra's very good at being able to just keep the enemy back. So even if they are able to go 2 down, as long as their Hydra stays alive, it's going to be a very tough. It's going to be a tough call for Calamity Forge Neo to try and push up into that.
Yeah, we see this range is able to get behind them and try and force them forward to their teammates, unable to do anything. So they do pop that Kraken. One going down on each side, they're able to get their beacon there. That's going to be huge for making sure, keeping track of every player here. The Zuka's coming out, but they don't know that they're behind them. Seasick is able to get the Rainmaker here and try and push it. They're going to try and push it a little bit more. I don't know if they're going to be able to. They will not, and that's 2 down on the side of Seasick. That should be 3 down there, and that's going to be immediately Calamity Forge Neo pushing up. However, there is a trade there. That's going to be a huge trade. But all in all, Calamity Forge Neo, having the Rainmaker and having the player advantage for a bit, this will allow them to get to that checkpoint way better. However, with these respawns and stuff, and they haven't really pushed it past, that's going to be harder here as we do see that Kraken come out. But one going down on the side of Seasick. This is just back and forth.
Yeah, this map is definitely a very back and forth map, at least when you're in mid, especially since one of the biggest advantages that a team does have while remaining defensive is that as long as the Rainmaker doesn't stay on top spinner, then they have an immediate advantage, since it takes a bit of time for everything to get seen.
Yeah, as we were talking about that there, 3 go down on the side of Calamity Forge Neo. They were trying to get that checkpoint, but they were unable to. And this is looking to be a really good position for this side of Seasick. They have the lead, they have the Rainmaker, and they just took 1 down there. The Zap's in a very bad spot, forced to back up here, and this is space for Seasick. They might not be pushing the Rainmaker, but they have enough. They have a bunch of space here, and getting another one. That's 2 down on the side of Calamity Forge Neo. They're just going down and down, but the Zuka able to come in and get 1. The Try is pushing up and trying to get more and unable to, and that's 2 down on the side of Seasick. Calamity Forge Neo is able to save themselves from being in a terrible position, but that's 2 from the order shot there. A great play from them. The cooler's coming out for the side of Calamity Forge Neo, but we're effectively back to even here. You know, both sides have good control of the map, and that's a 1-for-1 there, so it's a 3v3. Coming into the last minute of the game, C6 in a really good spot here, even though they are 2 down.
Yeah, at this point, it's still anybody's game. This map, like I said before, is kind of very back and forth at the very start. It takes you a bit of time to be able to break that checkpoint, and it doesn't seem like Calamity Forge Neo is going to be able to break it this time.
And with 25 seconds left, that might be the last chance they get here. Is Seasick is trying to push it up. I don't know. I don't know about this. They're able to get a couple extra points, but they've pretty much hand the Rainmaker straight to Seasick here, or Calamity Forge Neo. So it's coming down to these last 10 seconds here. Calamity Forge Neo is going to be able to pick up the Rainmaker, but will they be able to push it here?
We're definitely going to have to see. Them going 2 down they have only the Rainmaker left at this point. This is going to be a very uphill battle at this point as we see that Kraken come in, and that first game goes to Seasick as the Rainmaker goes down.
Yeah, overall a great game played from both sides. The score wasn't really that much. It was 47 to 40. So all in all, not that big of a score for both sides. But Seasick able to get that checkpoint immediately, and surprisingly, that was enough to keep them in it there, as they were able to just defend for the entire time. They had great map control for most of the map here, most of the game here, and they were able to use their specials well. I was very surprised with the Hydra pick if they were going to be able to, do anything, because the Hydra's really slow, and that does not fend well against Azuka. But they were able to use the advantages of the Hydra in a way that was able to sort of, I guess, keep, like you said, keep everybody back. That's Hydra's main goal, and they were able to keep people back in that situation, which allowed for them to take more space.
Yeah. I think the main reason why Hydra works pretty well here, at least, is because of the different strengths of this map. This map takes a lot of time if you want to actually push up onto plat, unless you have a weapon that's able to shark underneath there and be able to challenge weapons like that range blaster. But if you have a comp that is able to force that range blaster to more stay back, then the Hydra is just able to take as much space as it wants and is able to really keep the pressure up on mid to just prevent anyone from approaching.
Yeah, and I mean, you had talked about it as well, having those weapons that are able to poke from under that ledge here. Another map where those are sort of strong here is Robo Ramen. Both teams had good comps here. The range, I would expect to see range here again, because I mean, 1, range is just good. 2, I mean, like, the range, it has a good amount of range. You can poke under these tall ledges and stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if Calamity Forge Neo brings back that range blaster. I honestly, if I were Calamity Forge Neo, the same comp might just work out here, because you have so much paint from the double shot and zap that, like, the range should just be able to have a field day.
Yeah, I completely agree. This map especially just has so many different places that you're able to set up with a range blaster that either force a drop from the enemy team or just force them to have to back up onto more low ground, which can be very helpful if you're able to get your more aggressive front lines positioned to take the to take their court plat area. a little bit.
Yeah, I 100% agree. This is yeah. And I mean, with this on the side of Calamity Forge Neo as we're getting into it here, or sorry, on the side of Seasick as we're getting into this map here, they can really pull out anything at this point, but they choose to have a junior switch out the junior there, and like we said, yeah, Calamity Forge Neo sticking with that same comp. We had talked about that being good here, but I mean the Hydra. I mean, if they're good with the Hydra, they good with the Hydra. Here, as we're getting into it, both teams are just trying to fight for zone. Seasick is able to cap it first, but they might not be able to hold it here for long. They aren't as one goes down. They are able to cap it again here, which might be good. It is good for extra points. And 2 down on the side of Seasick, though. This will allow Calamity Forge and Neo to push in and score here. That Junior going down, the bubble not really getting any value here, and the double Zuka coming out, showing why it's strong along with the Kraken. But the Booyah is able to just delete the Kraken there, but that's the Hydra's the last one left here on the side of Seasick.
Yeah, it's also important. That's also, I think, an important thing to note is that Seasick is not running Cooler, which definitely means that they're going to have to try and play a bit, not necessarily more safe, but they're definitely going to have to be a bit more cautious when trying to take fights and approach.
Yeah, you can't just you can't just run in and just hope for the best. You know, when you have Cooler and stuff. But the Coolerless comp also allows for them to have more diversity in weapons. They're allowed to, you know, combine specials more. As we see here, we see the Kraken and the Junior, the Booyah and the Zuka. It's a very interesting combo. But yeah, like you said, the biggest thing about this comp is you have to play a lot more passive than say the backless aggressive comp from the side of Calamity Forge Neo. As we say that, 3 down on the side of Calamity Forge Neo. That zap or the shot there, just trying to paint for their team to try and help them get back in here. As they use the Zuka, the Booyah's coming out from the side of Seasick, and that's going to be able to keep the zone capped for a little bit longer here. The Hydra trying their hardest to just survive and try and watch out for that Kraken. They're able to survive and stay alive, which is really good for them. But that's everyone else went down on the side of Seasick, meaning Calamity Forge Neo is able to set up here.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to be trying to build their specials up here, especially at this point. But something I have been seeing from the Seasick is that Junior has been especially helpful with setting up Bubble as a way to block the double Zuka that Calamity Forge Neo keeps popping up. So it's going to be interesting to see, especially since now that they do have it, see how they play off of this bubble.
Yeah, they're using that bubble mainly to just, I guess, keep everyone alive. They're not trying to really paint the zone here, but they gotta start painting soon. The blaster, the Ranger is able to get the roller. That was going to be huge. They're pushing up. They should be able to take lead here. The Kraken trying to kill the Zuka. The Zuka goes down, and this could be it for Calamity Forge Neo. They stop it at 1, and they get 1 point beam. Seasick able to stop it at 1 point.
That was an incredibly close play. If they had taken 1 more second longer, it probably would have been over for them. But as we see here, we have Figieri popping the Kraken to try and just keep up their pressure and maintain their push as they fall back at this point now.
And we see them placing the beacons. Those are going to be huge because if Calamity Forge Neo does not keep track of those beacons, they won't be able to keep track of where everybody is on a certain point in the map, and they're gonna they won't be able to watch for flanks. They won't be able to watch just the general place of where we are. We see Calamity Forge Neo going 2 down there. They're able to, and the Roller's able to get another one here. That's going to be huge. It's a delayed 3 down, pretty much a delayed wipe at that point, I believe. And the Kraken coming out, the special trying to just keep them back, but you can't really keep them back forever as they're mainly just trying to build for specials here. We see the Kraken coming out from the other side as well. The Roller's able to get 1 but get traded out, but that was 2 down for the side of Seasick. They're able to use that Booyah to try and stagger them. They won't be able to do much here. The zone is neutralized, but that's 3 down on the side of Calamity Forge Neo. That's a delayed wipe, and that's going to be Seasick coming back and taking the win after getting 1 point, able to 1 point beam Calamity Forge Neo.
Yeah, that was incredibly close set from both of them. Honestly, props to both teams in that case.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty well said there. Calamity Forge Neo able to bring it down to 1, but they just weren't able to keep it for that long enough. I mean, the biggest thing is the special combination that saved Seasick there. They were able to combo the Booyah with that Zuka to save the zone and save it at 1 point. And from that point onwards, they were able to set up sort of in a good spot here, like as we see here from Fagieri. They're able to set up sort of in that where that snipe area is, and they were able to just combo specials really well to try and keep them away from the zone. I mean, the Booyah was a really good option. Obviously, we had talked about it in the match that that bubbler was able to counter Zuka, and they just they played their team fights well. The Hydra was doing a good job of playing as a team, able to help their teammates fight when they were fighting on zone and stuff.
Yeah, that Booyah as well. I know you had also mentioned that with how small of a section that you have to actually push back in on Robo Ramen, that Booyah is especially very helpful for clearing out that section and forcing people to either back up or just drop onto the low ground, which can be very easy to just predict where they're going to be coming up from. In that case,
I mean, yeah, you said it. I mean, they were being put in on spots they didn't want to be in, and they were therefore being picked off because they were easy to predict. Because once you get put into a spot on that low ground, you only have like you said, you only have a certain amount of routes to go back up, unless you want to try and like jump out or something. But that just puts your team at a disadvantage. But yeah, Seasick up 2-0 against Calamity Forge Neo as we get into this next game here, Clamblitz Inkblot. I know Inkblot is a map that everyone sort of likes on the TC variant, but what can you tell us about the Clamblitz version of it?
The Clamblitz version of it, from my experience both with it both in 2 and in 1, it definitely feels like you have to put in the effort if you want to make a score here. But if you're able to get that score, there are numerous amounts of clam spawns both on plat and closer to the basket to where you can, if you are able to get a push going, then you can probably maintain that push for quite a while.
Yeah, and I mean, you talked about the clam spawns. A lot of those clam spawns, there's a couple that are on that sort of plat area there, right by the clam basket. So it's easy to keep those pushes going if you get the right clam spawns. But you don't always get those clam spawns, and that's the thing about Clamblitz is a push isn't guaranteed. If you have, you get a push started, the clam spawns may be all the way back by your spawn. You have to try, and that's why the clam economy is so important here, and getting those clams early to have a good push going here. As we see, no changes from Seasick. That's the V Blaster. That's the one with Bubble on the side of Calamity Forge Neo here.
So it's going to be very interesting to see how that V Blaster plays into their comp, since it's definitely going to be able to at least somewhat help protect their teammates right here as we get into the game.
Yeah, as we see here, the roller trying their hardest to get a pick or at least create a distraction. One goes down on the side of Calamity Forge Neo. There's another one that's weak. That bubbler coming out from the side of Seasick there is going to be a great start. And we see the Kraken coming out. Usually, in past versions of the game, it'd be Kraken cheese that people go for. 2 down, a collat from the side of that Kraken. What a play! As that clam basket gets opened wide up here, as we see clams coming in from all sides. That's down to 50, or they're getting a couple more, and all the way down to 44, and there's some more on their back. That's going to be huge, bringing it all the way down to 41 in just a singular push.
Yeah, that's what you got to be careful for on Inkblot clams, is you have to be careful for that time in which the enemy is able to get that push, because suddenly, if you find yourself at the wrong time when the enemy is trying to push, you may find yourself with your basket immediately going down to 40 to even to 30 sometimes, with just how many clams can be built up beforehand.
Yeah, and I mean, we see here though from the side of Calamity Forge Neo, their clam economy is strong. They have 13 clams. They have a ball. They're getting up to 17 clams. They have the ability here to be able to get a push back here, but that's Bubble's gonna stop them in their tracks pretty much here. The other Bubble coming, the Zuka's able to come out and get one here, but two go down on the side of Calamity Forge Neo. The 2-for-2 trade, and Game Over here trying to get another trade, and it's a wipeout on the side of Calamity Forge Neo. Seasick though only has one person left, and it's the Hydra, so they aren't really able to start a push here. So Calamity Forge Neo getting bailed out by the trades, you know, from earlier fights. As that Hydra was the only one left standing.
Yeah, but as we can see here, it appears that Calamity Forge Neo has just gone 3 down, and it appears that with that bubble in combination, they're going to have to be getting a push going with Seasick popping all of their specials. This push is seeming to look like it's going to be going down for at least a 20 for right now.
Yeah, but the Hydra does have more clams that are able to get in and bring it down to 11. It's going to be a close one. They're trying to KO. They get stopped, and they're 3 down. The last one, they're not able to get anything. That's a wipeout on this side of Seasick, and Calamity Forge Neo is doing their best to take space. However, one goes down to the roller. That's a huge kill there from Seasick, stopping most momentum there. They are able to get the trade quickly, but that's less players that you want for a push. They're able to start taking control. That bubble's coming out, but they're in a very bad spot. The Hydra's watching them there, and you're not able to get much value with that bubble other than pushing up and letting the rest of your team create space, which isn't going to matter when you go 3 down again. It's just the Zap. The Zap's forced to back up, and Seasick is looking in control and looking strong with 1:30 left here in this game.
Absolutely. Another thing is, they have a bubble set up right now. It appears as though they're trying to also go for another push. This could be the end of the game here. They have way more than enough clams at this point to just end the game. It goes down to 2. It all comes down to this Kraken at least, but
The Kraken making a smart play here and trying to back up. They're able to get 1. They're able to get 2. Obviously, the push is dead here, and that's the smart thing to do. But they're able to quickly just stop Calamity Forge Neo here from trying to do anything. Calamity Forge Neo was going 2 down there. They have another one, but that's 2 down on the side of Seasick. But if you're Calamity Forge Neo, you're in a very terrible spot here. You're 2 down now. You have a ball, but you have to bring it all the way. You have to KO in order to win here, pretty much, or somehow bring it down to 1, which is, you know, very hard to do it in Clam Blitz. They are able to take 2 down from the side of Seasick, but there's one more there from the last one's there. They're able to get a score started here. They're able to get the ball in, but they don't have that many clams. They have to, you know, work on getting kills and keeping that clam economy up. They should be able to get 1 here to get that pity clam and jump it over. However, 1 goes down on the side of Calamity Forge Neo. That's 2 down on the side of Calamity Forge Neo. That's 3 down on the side of Calamity Forge Neo. The ball holder is down. It's a delayed wipe, and that is looking to be pretty much it. They're able to get that ball and save it, but you have to push now as we get into overtime. You only get a little bit amount of time to push up and score, and you have to break that basket open fully. You know, you can't just, you know, throw it in with a couple of seconds left and hope that it keeps going. You know, as the ball's like inches away.
absolutely. It also does not help as Calamity Forge Neo is not able to get that clam in time. Is meaning that Seasick will take game 3 here. But it did not help for the side of Calamity Forge Neo that Seasick was in control of the clam economy pretty much throughout that entire game.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we never really mentioned on is we do see the fist pump from the side of Seasick there. Always enjoy seeing those. But we talked about it at the beginning of the game, but we never really touched on it much. That clam economy was in Seasick's side for pretty much the entire game. As soon as they scored, they were able to, you know, keep a good amount of clams to try and you know, those clams not only don't go to the side of Calamity Forge Neo, but that allows them to push again when they get those kills. Like as we see here, they're able to get the kills. They're able to get another kill there from the Kraken. The Kraken was huge in all these pushes, and it wasn't even from, you know, the Kraken cheese, because that's pretty much dead at this point. But they were just able to get in there and provide cover and like backup for the clam ball scores. And I mean, they were also getting kills. I saw they got at least 5 kills during pushes. You know, like all together, they were doing really well at keeping pressure on and making sure that they can making sure to try and just cover their teammates that are scoring and to get kills if they can.
Absolutely. A lot of C6 comp, what I noticed for that game, relied a lot on being able to cover their teammates to continue that push, to continue going in common not only with the Kraken, but also that bubble, which is able to provide a lot of cover and act as a distraction object that then has to be broken before any damage can actually be done to the current push.
Yeah, I mean, our next map mode here is Mako Mart Tower Control. This one's a very interesting pick. It's a very loved very loved map by the community. Honestly, it's a pretty even map mode as well. But the biggest thing about this is that second checkpoint. That's the sore spot, as I would like to call it. Because it's very hard to get past that second checkpoint. But once you do, you have a pretty solid lead getting, you have a pretty solid lead that's hard to break, because that second checkpoint's, it's right next to those that little like stack area right there in the middle there. So it's very contested, and you can easily, if you're a splatter shot or a zap, you can easily just shoot from that that back top middle area, and just kind of shoot at the tower, throw bombs at that second checkpoint, and get maybe 1 or 2 kills, which is why it's so hard to get past that second checkpoint.
Absolutely, but that's kind of where the bubble comes in for both teams. It's going to be interesting to see if both teams keep their bubble weapons with V Junior and V Blaster respectively, as we get into this next game, as a way to help be able to break that second checkpoint.
Yeah, as we see here that pretty much the same comms coming out from both sides here. That range is coming back from that ZRB is coming back on the side of Calamity Forge Neo, on Calamity Forge Neo there. As we get into it here, a lot of just fighting along mid, one going down on the side of C6. That's gonna be huge. And see that one pick, they immediately get on tower. That's really good that's a really good response from the side of Calamity Forge Neo here. However, they aren't able to get much more. They are able to trade with that Zuka, but that is effectively 3 down and allowing C6 to get on the tower here. But we see the biggest counter for that bubble on both sides is Kraken. Actually, no, C6 does not have a Kraken this time, but the Kraken on the side of Calamity Forge Neo will be able to easily disrupt that bubble, and that's a Zuka kill. That's 2 down on the side of C6, 3 down on the side of C6. Calamity Forge Neo is looking to get past that first check. They're looking to get a solid push start.
Yeah, the CRB pick definitely also helps with another problem that comes with just trying to break first checkpoint, is that it gives you a decent ranged weapon that's able to poke on top of the enemy plat while they're trying to push up towards first checkpoint. C6 does have a weapon like that with Tri-Slosher, but Tri-Slosher does require a bit more room to actually get up in towards that plant. However, they are still able to break that first checkpoint, as we see both fights happening on the left and right side of the stage.
Yeah, and I mean, those fights going in either side's favor. I mean, on the side of Calamity Forge Neo, those fights on the sort of left side there, the right side, were able to go in their favor. But on the stack there, it was all C6. C6 does have control of the tower here, but however, they do just go 2 down. That's going to be huge. Moody's able to get one before they get taken down and traded out, and this is going to be a push started for the side of Calamity Forge Neo. They're backing up to get the cooler here, and not letting getting off the tower there for a bit. But that was a good play in my opinion, because they really, if you notice, they were about to get bombarded by everything. The Hydra's able to just fire at the tower. A good thing about the Hydra on this map mode is being able to just charge and shoot at the tower from almost anywhere, and that Booyah is able to pretty much clear it there. But Calamity Forge Neo is able to get right back over there. They bring out the cooler, and they're able to get they're able to get the cooler. The try is able to get one, gets traded out there. That's going to be huge. The bubble coming out, able to get immediately stopped by the blaster direct. What a direct! The bubble going down, and that's two in the same area there for Seasick. They're gonna try and get the try. The try is trying the hardest. They're able to get one. Will the try get another? No, they will not. They will. They get another one before they get traded out, and that's gonna be huge for this side of Seasick, because that's halts a push. As I say that though, that's 3 down for the side of Seasick. Calamity Forge Neo. They only need 2 points to take the lead here, and they're getting on the tower. Now. But I mean, this has been such a back and forth game.
Yeah, absolutely. This is something I've kind of noticed over the years with Tower and Macomart. It is very back and forth with teams fighting over both checkpoints, both the first and second checkpoint. With it just being so easy to just be able to contest the first checkpoint and the second checkpoint to some extent, which causes a lot of stalling on this map. However, and even as the tower continues just to stall right where it starts, both teams are struggling to find an opportunity right now to get any push going.
Yeah, but I mean, you say that, but 2 down on the side of Seasick. This will be a push for Calamity Forge Neo. The people who are behind right now are able to get another one. Will they be able to get Moody there? Moody's going down. They're able to get the lead. They should be able to get to the second checkpoint here with the help of the Kraken. The Zuka comes down and gets another one. They do get to that second checkpoint. However, they aren't able to get any points off of that second checkpoint, but they bring it all the way down to 40, which is a strong push. But will it be enough? With just about 18 seconds left, though, Seasick is going 3 down. It's just the Hydra. The Hydra's being pressured by the Zuka. They're being pressured by bombs. The Hydra goes down, and they're able to get control. This is looking to be pretty much it for the side of Seasick. They're going down one after the other. The Tri-Slosher goes down, and that's going to mark the end of it. Calamity Forge Neo able to get their first game of this set.
That was definitely very well played by Calamity Forge Neo. I think it really helped that Kraken pick came out, as it was able to contest the bubble a lot of the time on this map, in addition to just being able to help block shots on the tower, so that way they could be able to better contest certain checkpoints.
Yeah, and I mean, going away from the actual game here, I say that, but we do have a replay here. Quickly to analyze this range blaster, able to get that Hydra very quickly. A very good play. That's 2, and at that point it was 2 down on the side of Seasick. This is where you want to start pushing that tower. As we see here, they are able to push that tower, but it was a very smart play for the rest of the team, knowing that nobody is going to be over on that left side, that left stack area, because they had 2 down, and the other 2 were already seen on that right stack. They knew that they were able to push up on that right stack and sort of collapse around those last 2 players. They were able to get them down, and by the time everyone else had to respawn, they had shifted over to that left side to then protect the other side of the tower. And that was just really, really good playing, really good really good just overall thinking when it comes to this team, when it comes to those team fights and being able to get that lead.
Absolutely. However, now we're going to be moving on to Game 5 here on Manta Maria Rainmaker. Jake, how do you feel about this map?
As someone literally on a team named Manta Boat Fan Club, I'm kind of biased here, but I like this map. But being on a more unbiased side here with the map itself, it's a very interesting map. The biggest thing when it comes to this map is sort of getting that control of those bunkers, or those top areas connected to the middle grates. That's what you want to look for, and backliners will usually just sit up there. And this is a map where Hydra's honestly really good, because there's multiple spots the Hydra can play from, and then they're able to just shoot down. They have the high ground advantage, obviously, which is strong. So we get into here. I don't think this is supposed to be a 3v4.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we'll get this set out here. But going back to Manta Maria, going back to Manta Maria, the map, that bunker control is very crucial for starting any sort of push, because that's where, if you have that range blaster on the side of Calamity Forge, you set that up and you can just shoot across the little gap there. It's very versatile for range, for the Hydra that we've seen. Even the Tri-Slosher, they can just sort of just slosh from above and hope to kill somebody.
Absolutely. That bunker, especially, like, if you're able to take control of just the enemy bunker and you just set up any weapon up there, really, suddenly you have tools to be able to safely protect whatever checkpoint you really want to go for. I know I've seen a lot of teams take the right checkpoint, mostly because it offers a lot more safety, since there's little options for the enemy to actually protect that checkpoint, in addition to offering little high ground that the enemy can use to protect that checkpoint. But the left checkpoint still is a pretty good option if you set up someone on the enemy bunker right there.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really, from what I've seen, it's mainly just situational when it comes to this. Because if you want like a quick, fast push, get that checkpoint out early, you would go for that right checkpoint. You don't have a lot of cover, and while people are expecting it, it's just very hard to stop it unless you kill them mid jump, because the jump's really their weakest point in that, because they have cover from the bunker walls and stuff, and just the checkpoint itself provides a good amount of cover. But if you're in a situation where you either have their bunker control, or two, they're in a 2, maybe even 3 down situation, that's where you want to consider maybe going for that left checkpoint, because that's an easy, safe checkpoint that you can get fairly quickly as well, and it helps continue continue a good push, because after, it's hard from that right checkpoint, it's hard to really get more points, because once you get past that little area there, back behind that where the bunker would be, a lot of teams have players there that are able to just quickly kill you before you go anywhere. With that left checkpoint, you're able to do so much, especially with the revamped Manta. You're able to go to that full on left side there. You're able to jump from the Rainmaker podium all the way over there, and you're also able to just try and bring it into a spot that favors your side. Just bring it into a bad spot for the other team, pretty much.
Absolutely. And I know that was a jump on the pre changes Manta Maria, but one minor change that I know did happen is that the back side of that uninkable block that you used to jump from the pedestal to the left side was made paintable, making it a little bit easier for defenders or people to get back up onto that left wall.
Yeah, and we were able to actually, get into the match here. All 4 players on both sides. Not surprised with the Hydra pick. Not surprised with the same comps there. Not surprised with the range. Honestly, I'm not surprised by any of this. I mean, both teams have been running it, and both comps are actually pretty decent here. I don't exactly know. I think maybe something teams were switched up there. We'll have to see. But technical difficulties, please stand by.
Yeah, we will have to I guess wait a bit longer. But I guess in the meantime, we could probably talk about what we think about their comps for Manta Maria based on what we've seen before.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, the same comps come out from both sides, which isn't a surprise. But we can talk about here how they would play this. I mean, if you're Calamity Forge Neo, I would say just you can go for pop here. I mean, the roller not having as much painting power is going to be a bit of an issue here. As we do get into the game here, they are using that. They're switching to the Tri-Slosher here. So we'll see as we get into here. We'll have to see what they do with the pop here. As we see both teams now, I guess both teams now have good popping power. But I mean, if you're on the side of Calamity Forge Neo, it's more about post pop. in this situation. You can play more aggressive here than the other team.
Absolutely, especially since they have way more options for being able to challenge that bunker, especially as we see both teams come out with a Zuka, one on Clem before Neo finding a pick on bunker, and the other on side of Seasick being able to just keep them back. As we see Clem before Neo take that right checkpoint and are looking to set up for another push.
Yeah, and that flank from I don't remember who it was that flanked there from the side of Clan Forge Neo, but that pretty much set everything up because they were able to just use the paint that was already there to quickly get the checkpoint. Unfortunately, they're unable to get more here as we see that Seasick now has that Rainmaker, but they do lose it very quickly as I believe one is flanking. The Zuka's able to get 2 there. What a Zuka from the side of Calamity Forge Neo. The range is now pushing up as well. They're able to use that range to their advantage, get 1, pop the Kraken afterwards. That should be able to get them more points here. They bring it down to 49. The Kraken's coming in just to try and help defend here. The tries behind Calamity Forge Neo, and it's just the Rainmaker, but they aren't able to get that drop. That's huge. That could mean that could be the difference between winning and losing.
Absolutely. Push to 19 on this map is incredibly an incredible lead to maintain, especially early on, as it can take a little bit of time to actually get that, to try and take that lead back after that kind of push. We'll have to see what Seasick intends on doing here with this Kraken.
I think they're just trying to help the Rainmaker really kind of push up there. They are able to get the Booyah off, which is going to get them close to the checkpoint. They unfortunately aren't able to get that checkpoint, and they don't really have bunker control. That range is taking over the bunker there. The pop's going to come out from the side of Calamity Forge Neo, giving them a little extra pain. However, they are able to sneak by and get the checkpoint there, but they aren't able to get much more. A great defense from the side of Calamity Forge Neo here. We see here though they might be able to get a little bit more, but the Zuka is going to stop that. They have the roller set up in that bunker. No, that's the try set up in the bunker. They do get taken down quickly. This Rainmaker looks like it's going to be reset.
Yeah, Seasick has not been able to get a push going so far this game, especially now that they have only got one up. Because their team are finally coming back in. However, we do see that Zuka come out on the side of Calamity Forge and Neo, which is going to continue to push Seasick back as they try and start taking their bunker, or Neo's bunker.
Yeah, that was a good use there, as we saw of that squid surge. You don't really see it often, but they were able to surprise the person on the bunker by getting above them, and they were able to just surprise them a bit there. As we see here, the try is able to come in and get a lot of space here. That's going to be huge. They're able to set up underneath that little area right there. And that's 2 down from the Rainmaker. If they're able to drop this, they're able to get the lead. However, they aren't able to drop it there. That's huge, but that's 3 down on the side of Calamity Forge Neo. They should be able to pop it here, but they don't choose to, which is a bit surprising. The roller's not able to get anything, but they are able to drop it. They get it 1 point away. They were able to drop it, but they get wiped out. And with a minute left, this is going to be huge for Calamity Forge Neo. They reset their Rainmaker, and they should be able to paint up here. They do find the beacon there and find the person that has jumped to the beacon. But that allowed Seasick to get the pop and get a lot of mid control. Nobody there is, unfortunately. I stand corrected as the tries there, able to get 1. The Kraken has popped out there. They try to get the cooler off to save themselves. Unable to. The Kraken getting them down. They aren't able to get more here. The Ranger's trying to do something. Unable to do anything. If Seasick can pop it here and get 1 or 2 more picks here, they can have a chance at the lead. But the 2 down on the side of Seasick, and it's just the roller and the shot. But that is 2 down on the side of Calamity Forge Neo. 3 down on the side of Calamity Forge Neo. And Seasick's able to get jumps here. This could be it. They could get the lead here.
Absolutely. This is a very tough situation to be in, as you're going to have to maintain both that shield pop, but also it does not seem like Seasick, however, is going to be able to get that shield pop in the first place, as Calamity Forge Neo continues to just shoot down all of their jumps and takes this game here for 3-2 set.
Yeah, and I mean that was really, I mean, most of that game was all Calamity Forge Neo. There was that one push that Seasick had that brought him down to 20, but they weren't able to get much more after that. We saw though that they were hesitant on popping the Rainmaker there, when Calamity Forge Neo was down. In a situation like that, you want to pop and go. Like you have a chance at the lead there. You want to do that, you know. This is early on in the game. We see the range coming out. They were able to get one here and then get the Kraken going to try and help push the Rainmaker. They were able to, to just kind of push up here and get the Rainmaker. They weren't able to get too far on that specific push, but they were able to pop it again here, I believe, and that's when they got it all the way down to 19. Just the Rainmaker alone being able to push that down, I believe they actually no, they did not make that jump there. I thought they did, which is how they got it all the way down to 19. But Calamity Forge Neo is making a slow and steady comeback here. 3-2. One game away from tying it up here.
Yeah. I'm interested in knowing if it's dependent on what maps we're seeing here, on if range is being able to actually get into the positions that it wants to on Mako Mart and Manta. But now we're going to be heading into Game 6 here on Hagglefish Splat Zones. Jake, what do you think about this one? This map?
This is sort of another one of those maps like Mako TC. It's very popular amongst the Splatoon community. It's a very even map, but I mean, again, it's really, the comps work for most of these maps for both sides. So I'm not surprised that I'm surprised that we're seeing the Hydra specifically. But I can see where its value comes in. It's not really a strong weapon, but if you know how to play it, you know how to play it. And I mean, that's if you know how to play Hydra, you know where to set up, you know how to use it in a way that allows the rest of the team to play off of you. And I mean, the biggest thing here is, just trying to push up when you get that zone capped. Like when you cap the zone, you have to try and get picks and get up there and into their base.
Yeah, absolutely. This map is definitely one in which you have to, if you get zone, you have to be able to try and, at least if you want to try and get down to that 100-0 push, which is what a lot of teams try and go for on zones, it requires a lot of pushing up further than you would necessarily want to.
Yeah, and I mean, it's very hard to pick, between pushing up correctly and overheating in a way. As we see here, comps are the same, both sides. Which we get into. Actually, no, I believe they switched out the driver B shot on the side of Seasick. But overall, pretty much the same comps, the same general ideas. But this is the Zuka-less comp, or the cooler-less comp from the side of Seasick. So again, they have to play more passive, and that's not going to help them. That's not going to help them out in certain situations here. As we do see that cooler coming out from the side of Calamity Forge Neo, but 2 going down, 3 going down. Which is going to allow Seasick to just be able to cap the zone here and get probably the lead.
Yeah. As we currently see, we are watching the shot take a couple fights down on right, which is going to be able to distract Calamity Forge Neo for enough time to where they can at least maintain to get lead. But Calamity Forge Neo is able to take that lead back. But they do go 2 down, so we're probably going to be seeing a lot of flip-flopping here early on.
Yeah, Seasick going 3 down. That'll give Calamity Forge Neo the zone. They're able to get another pick there, which is nice. And the range is going to set up right under that glass area that I like to call it. Getting the Hydra, that's a big pick there. Getting the Hydra, and they're able to get jumps here, but they aren't, and they are back in control of the zone. They're kind of cornered from both sides. The range getting another one. That range is popping off there. The Kraken coming out from the side of C6, able to get 1, and that's 3 down on the side of Calamity Forge Neo. That's a delayed wipe on the side of Calamity Forge Neo. That's going to give C6 they're going to be able to have a little bit of breathing room here. As they get the delayed wipe, they're able to set up here. The roller's trying to get picks, they're unable to. But the Booyah should be coming out and not only, getting 1 and getting paint, but that should allow the roller to get pushed in here. The Zuka coming out from both, 2 Zukas coming out able to get one. They are able to get another one with the other Zuka. That's going to be 3 down on the side of Seasick there. That bomb able to get one though, but the zones do flip, and that's pretty much going to be the name of the game here. Is the zones are going to be flipping a lot. This is one of those maps where the zone doesn't really stay in one team's favor for long, unless you're very dominant and you're very good at just sort of pushing up and pretty much camping them.
Yeah. Because we see this Hydra take a spot on left, it's definitely going to be very helpful. Even though they do go down, as it is able to provide a longer ranged option that is able to just keep Calamity Forge Neo back. Though they are able to get that pick on that Hydra, allowing them to come back in to flip the zone back in their favor. As we see the Kraken pop on C6 side, which is going to be forcing 2 of their members back and seemingly giving C6 the advantage again.
Yeah, they get that advantage again here, and they're able to. That penalty is slowly taking down from the side of C6. If they're able to get that penalty gone, they might be able to get lead here. They are able to get lead there by 1 point, but they aren't able to hold the zone for much longer. Calamity Forge are doing a good job, even though they're going down. They're kind of staggering a bit here, which is not what you want. They're able to. They're recollecting themselves now, but they were able to force a penalty on the side of C6. However, that penalty now is soon going away. They might be able to get more points here. They're able to get 1, 2, just 2 more points. They're not too much more before the zone flips, and they're the shot there, running into pretty much a 1v4. Not the smartest move, a little bit of a maybe overheating there, but you trying to go for those plays isn't terrible when you have the lead. However, as I say that, they are able to Calamity Forge Neo trying to keep the zone cap, unable to, and Seasick is still holding strong.
Yeah, this is again where that Hydra comes in for Seasick as a really good option for just allowing Seasick the opportunity to come back into their side of mid to be able to contest the zone a little bit easier. We do see another Kraken pop here, which is going to try and find some picks, but is unable to. As Calamity Forge Neo is still able to maintain the zone and is able to get the lead here.
And that's a huge lead, because that's going to be hard to get, considering there's only, 18 seconds left, and they're 3 down. That's a wipeout. This is looking dire for Seasick. Calamity Forge Neo is pushing up. They know it's over. They know they have 10 seconds left. There's gotta be some sort of hero play from the side of Seasick, but at this rate, nothing looks like it's gonna be happening. There's 6, 5, 2 seconds left, 1 second left, unable to get anything, and that is gonna be Calamity Forge Neo tying it up against Seasick, and we're as we go into game 7 here.
Yeah, that very last play from Calamity Forge Neo was absolutely beautiful, as they were able to find that Hydra pick and be able to force those Zukas especially just were able to force a lot of spread out from Seasick, which allowed Calamity Forge Neo to kind of have 2 of their members converge on each one of C6 members as a way to continue to find picks, which just allowed them to continue on with their pressure, which additionally just enabled them to push up even faster, just to hammer it in even more that they were going to be taking the victory here.
And I mean, I thought this was going to be a close set at the beginning again, and like both of these teams are contenders to win Division 6 here, but this has been such a good set so far. I mean, going both sides here, this has been the closest match so far. It was tied. It was almost tied for most of it, because it was like 1-2 points there. We get in the game 7 here on Clamblet Scourge, but I mean, what a set so far.
Absolutely. I unfortunately know nothing about these teams, as I'm not the most integrated into the community as a whole, but just from your description, as these teams have been able to, as teams that are vying to win Division 6 this Luby season, I can definitely see where that comes from with these close sets and how these teams have been playing so far.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm mostly basing this stuff on like people's predictions on Twitter, but literally 2/3 of the predictions that I've seen from most people for Division 6 have either been Seasick or Calamity Forge Neo. Both of these teams are strong in their own way. I mean, I'm pretty sure both of these are very strong low alpha, high beta bracket teams coming into this set. So it's bound to be good here. Obviously, like I said, it's 3-3. We're going into game 7. I mean, this could go all the way to a game 9.
Yeah. However, we are going to be now going on the game 7 here, on Clamblitz Scorch Gorge. So we will see if this set does go to game 9. But until then, what do we think about Scorch Gorge on Clamblitz?
It's a very interesting map, but I mean, this is a very. It's hard. It's hard to say stuff about this map because it's very unique. We'll say that here. We are getting into it here. The comps have pretty stayed the same, but I mean this is bigger than anything Clam Economy. But I mean, another thing is being able to on a map like this, you're able to jump off that side and score some more clams. And that could be the difference between a lead or not here. So we'll see here as we get into it. That range is just in a very awkward spot. Able to get one though, but forced to trade out. That's one down on each side, and the Clam Economy so far on that, as I say, equal. And they didn't up all really.
We'll have to wait a little bit longer for this.
I think maybe they're taking it out for them. So we going on, but it's still going on. But I mean, it was a very it was a stalemate.
Yeah. This map especially is one where you need to be careful on where you're positioning. It's Gorge as a whole is a map that can incredibly snowball if you just that as a defender you don't necessarily have too much room to actually be able to defend your basket aside from the left sort of platform right there. But if you are able to set up a good backline or a Zuka on that snipe, then you will be able to better defend any pushes. But it does require a lot of planned positioning in that case.
Yeah, and I mean that all comes down to teamwork and team and team coordination, which is it's a very good thing. That's a very teams are very. That's one of the things that teams have gotten better at over the years, especially in Splatoon 3. I feel like Splatoon 3 has been team coordination has been through the roof because people just they like playing with each other. Here as it does sound like it's gonna they're able to still playing the match. It's just the cameraman. We're trying our hardest here to try and get some sort of footage of this game up for you, but I mean I can't imagine what's going on right now with how close the set has been.
Yeah. We are back on the game though, however. It appears as though the camera man DC'd. So we are back with this set here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is going to be a bit of a harder to cast here because we're looking at it from one player's perspective. This is Calamity Forge Neo's perspective here. We do see that C6 able to get that bomb out here, that Booyah bomb out and get the ball down. But I mean, it's been pretty even so far. Neither team has scored.
Yeah, this is again one of the things that you have to really pay attention to on Scorch Gore is that if you are able to position, and I'm assuming that both teams have been positioning pretty well here, it can be a struggle to push on this map. However, it does appear as though Calamity Forge Neo is at least in a better position to get a push going. Though they do not have control of mid right now, which is not going to be the helpful in trying to actually get that push going.
Yeah, we do see another Booyah Bomb coming out from the side of Seasick, but they do go one down here. And the thing about we see here the 2 down from the side of Seasick. I was going to say something here, but it looks like Calamity Forge Neo is trying to get a push in. They are able to get 2 balls and they go 3 down, but that's going to be huge, as that determines whether this goes into overtime or not. This shot's able to get 1 with Azuka and just try and they play their life. They're jumping out, but that's a huge push, and it's 1 push, but it might be the game.
It very well could be. However, it does appear as though that with that push, Calamity Forge Neo just has given Seasick pretty much complete control of mid here, as we see that Seasick is planning to make a push, and they have just enough clams in order to get a lead here.
Yeah, they're already in overtime. They have 1 more. They do get that lead. Wow, what a push from both sides. I mean, the good thing is, we didn't miss anything because both pushes happened in that last minute there. But I mean, both sides they were able to get a push going, but they went 3 down from the side of Calamity Forge Neo, and that allowed a Seasick to push up, and they were able to just they were able to save their specials and keep the people with the good specials alive. Kraken and Bubbler, both of those work well together in order to help facilitate pushes. As the Bubble's able to get jumps and protect people from throwing clams in, and that Kraken's able to push up and keep the other team at bay as they push up. It is very good, a very good comeback from the side of Seasick, able to realize, hey, we're not out of this just yet. We have to play our specials right. We have to play our team coordination right to get a push started and just keep it going.
Absolutely, and that plays into another aspect about Clam Blitz, is knowing when to back up from pushes. That push from Seasick would have been extremely hard had Calamity Forge Neo had only just put in like 1 clam and didn't try and send in everyone to keep maintaining a large push, because that just allowed Seasick to take complete control of mid again, with the ability to just absolutely control that clam economy in combination with their pity clam that they had, which did help a lot in trying to get that final push.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I really couldn't have said it better myself. That's what I was thinking. We do get into game 8 here, which is this is TC Undertow, and if you're Calamity Forge Neo, this is set point for Seasick. This is BO9, so it's 1st to 5 in the situation. If you're Calamity Forge Neo, what do you do on this map specifically to try and get the win and push this to a game 9?
Yeah, it will help. However, if Calamity Forge Neo does decide to go back to that range blaster pick, as well as keep their double Zuka, as it's a lot easier on this map to keep a safe position to challenge that snipe area, especially with that wall that just prevents the Hydra from being able to easily try and get people that are trying to come up through the right side of this map.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens here. I mean, and the other thing is, because Hydra's not as good, I guess, on this map. I feel like it's not as good on this map. Then again, Hydra isn't good in general, but they've been making it work, so they can prove me wrong. But I mean, yeah, it's we'll have to see. We are getting into this match, hopefully. No DCs whatsoever this time. A clean set. They are sticking with that Hydra. And the Junior, I like the Junior play here. Having a bubble on tower. And we see that range blaster, which should be effective at trying to, should be effective at keeping track of that, or keeping and keeping that Hydra at bay is what I was trying to say. As we see here, another just stalemate dogfight in mid to start off the game. That's Splatoon 3. That's this is the neutral game. You have to try and get picks to get a push started here. As we see the cooler coming out from the side of Calamity Forge. However, Csic able to get 2 with that Zuka, and the bubble on the tower is going to get them that first checkpoint. A great play from Csic, able to get 1. The last players on that snipe area, they're fighting. This is Zap. The Zap goes down. That's pretty much a delayed wipe for the side of Calamity Forge. But they had that cooler, so most everybody was back by by the time that Zap went down.
Yeah, that the initial Zuka from Csic definitely helped them in being able to just continue to push up here. However, it does appear that Calamity Forge is starting to make their comeback here with their push as they find 1 pick. Is this shot able to find the 2nd pick? It does not appear so. That is actually going to be a wipeout for Calamity Forge, which is going to just start giving Csic the momentum to completely start pushing back in here.
Yeah, but I mean, Calamity Forge having that cooler, they were able to take that wipeout and be, obviously a wipeout's not good in any situation, but with that cooler, you're able to get back in there quicker and have those special stills. We see the Kraken coming out from the side of Csic, trying to just keep that, and get a push going. It's not in a good spot here. The Rollers try to do whatever they can to just stay alive, but they aren't able to do anything. It's just the Junior. They're going to be rushed by a couple of people here, and that cooler's coming out for the side of Calamity Forge. That Junior eventually going down. There's one member of Csic behind Calamity Forge. They aren't able to get anything, and that Roller is able to get 1 in the Hydra combination. They're able to push back, and there's a flank again. They've been using that beacon. They don't get the flank again. Really good job from the side of Calamity Forge. Stopping the flanks, and they get a Zuka kill on the Hydra. That's going to be huge. There's a fight by tower. They're at the 2nd checkpoint. They get the lead, and they're not able to get the checkpoint. They go 3 down, and that's a wipeout. But Calamity Forge is able to take that lead by 4 points.
Yeah, that was definitely a really good play, and being able to stop those flanks immediately as they were happening was definitely helpful. Those flanks were definitely helping to allow Csic to maintain at least a little bit of control over what was happening as they break the 2nd checkpoint here, but do wipe out. As we see Calamity Forge start pushing back in, we're gonna have to see if Csic tries to continue the flank. As Calamity.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
As Calamity Forge continues to push up.
Yeah, and I mean, you talk about it. Those flanks have been really good from Csic. They haven't been, they haven't been getting kills, but they've been just, they've been distracting, and that's sort of what they've been trying to do. But I mean, this has been so back and forth. Both teams going lead for lead and getting wipeout for wipeout. This is what you want from a set. Back and forth, all 8 games so far. As we see here, Calamity Forge trying to get that lead. They're trying to get the check here to get that lead, but they aren't able to. The Kraken do whatever they can, but the knockback is stopping them. Unable to get any kills. That's gonna be the range down for the side of Calamity Forge but there's a bomb there that takes out 1 from Csic, and Calamity Forge is able to take the tower back. However, 1 goes down on their side. It's a back and forth fight. Everyone's dying here. They're fighting for the tower. The bombs are really being here. The bubble coming out, being picked off immediately, but the Rollers using that to their advantage, able to get a pick. That's 2 down on the side of Calamity Forge and with just under a minute left, Csic looking to hold on, looking to take this set 5-3.
Yeah, if you're Csic in this situation, you absolutely want to try and just get Calamity Forge and to be in a position where they are going to have to be stressing out about trying to get that lead back. As with that bubbles, they're able to Csic's just able to continue the push here. Calamity Forge is going to need a lot of. They're going to have to work really hard if they want to try and take it back at this point. However, Csic is taking it nearly to the end, and they take it to the end.
Yeah, Csic are able to they were able to get they were able to get them 3 down, which got them to that 3rd checkpoint. They popped the bubbler, and at that point, that's when Calamity Forge started panicking. that's when they tried to just rush in and try and stop them, and they kept getting picked off. But yeah, Seasick able to take the set 5-3, and I mean, what a set it was. I mean, it was close all games really.
Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth between both teams here. We even did get to see that even though Seasick did win the first 3 games, we were able to see Calamity Forge and EO take another 3, definitely putting a little bit of pressure on Seasick.
Yeah, and I mean, Seasick definitely played well under that pressure, able to get the last 2 games to secure the win. We see here where we were talking about that bubble, able to get them to that 3rd checkpoint, and then the Booyah was coming out. The shot was able to push up, the roller was able to push up, and at that point it was all but over, because it was just, you have to rush to the tower, you have to stop them. But they were all in really good positions to, get chip damage or be able to pick them off before they could even get to the tower, which let them pretty much sail freely to that goal.
Yeah. All Seasick really needed to do at that point, even if they weren't able to push up until the end of the tower, all they really needed to do was get a solid enough lead to put Calamity Forge Neo in a situation where they were having to panic entirely, as that can be a downfall for teams in overtime, is having to panic to try and scramble to get your lead back to stay in the game.
Yeah, scrambling, panicking leads to, errors, and errors leads to, a team going maybe like 2-3 down and letting another team get back in. That panic is something that you want to minimize whenever you're in a stressful situation like this, because that'll allow you to think clearly about what you're doing and think about what you want to accomplish, and getting that lead back. But I mean, in this situation of Calamity Forge Neo, their panic, their stressful moment was just getting the tower. That we couldn't even talk about the fact that if they got the tower back, they had to bring it all the way back. And with the specials that Calamity Forge Neo, or that Seasick had, specifically the Booyah, that seemed almost all but impossible, because the Hydra could just stay back and paint for Booyah and then pop it before Calamity Forge Neo was able to get close to the lead.
Yeah, but even still, it was still a close set. Pretty much that whole game. Both teams played it out really. Just throughout that whole set.
Yeah, whole set. It was really nice. Div 6 proven to be strong. These 2 teams proven to be strong here. Final marks here, or final comments here. More sets tomorrow, more sets Sunday. Make sure to stick around for the raid. Joker, where can the people find you?
You can find me on pretty much Twitter at Supera Jokera. I do have a couple of other channels with that same name, but I primarily only post on Twitter.
And you can find me at Twitter and Twitch at JakeRoot0, and you can find me all around the Splatoon 3 category. This is Ludi Tonight signing off.